All of us have those old VHS tapes that contains precious memories of our families. Why not let Chad Medford of Chad's Video Service preserve those memories by putting those old tapes on DVD or creating a digital file video? Call today at 828-429-5148.
Leave no leaf unturned with the new Husqvarna leaf blower from Hardin Rentals and Sales in Forest City. Now take $50 off the Husqvarna 230i leaf blower, now $269.99, and price includes battery and charger. And trim it up with a Husqvarna 220iL string trimmer, now $50 off, still priced at $279.99. Save $2 on commercial and residential mowers by Skag and Husqvarna. And they have roll-off dumpsters. Get yours today at Hardin Rentals and Sales, 365 Oak Street in Forest City, online at hardin-rentals.com.
Welcome to Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy. I'm Ricky Millwood.
And I'm Randy Page.
And we're here with sponsor of Tri-City Outdoor Power and Tri-City Tire. We want to thank them, and we're here in the pregame show that's presented by Ingles Markets and Stanton Enterprises McDonald's. Coach, we got a good one tonight because we got Coach Cogdale's coming back. He was coach here last year,
right?
And he's returning back with East Burke this season.
I went down and had a chance to talk with both Coach Sosby and Coach Cogdale, and believe it or not, both of them are starting like about 9 and 10 sophomores on both sides of the ball. So they're very young on both sides, making mistakes. But Coach Cogdale, he's excited to be back. He just, it's kind of weird, I guess you'd say, being on the opposite side of the field. That's right. Yeah. That's true. Because his wife still works here. So,
okay. I didn't know that.
But before we get into all of this right here, of course, we want to make sure you're watching the game on YouTube on WAGY Radio Far City. It's all one word, WAGY Radio Far City on YouTube.
Well, since you said that, let's say KTC Broadcasting.
That's right. KTC Broadcasting is our main sponsor off of this.
That's it.
But at halftime tonight, we're going to give out 2 sets of tickets. At halftime, you need to be listening because we're going to give you a number to call at the start of the half and then later on in the half. That we're going to give you 4 tickets to the Haunted Pyramid Scary Haunt in Lawndale, North Carolina. The tickets are worth $30 a piece. We're going to give out a set of 4 right at the start of halftime and then 4 more later on. It's
in the second half.
Right. This right before the second half starts, yes.
Okay.
But this Haunted Pyramids is voted one of the best in North Carolina. So make sure when I give you the number, you're the first one to call, and then I'll tell you later on when we're going to call again.
Well, that's a good deal. If you're into that stuff, I'm not. It scares me to death. So
you have nightmares.
I can't take it. I can't take it. I didn't like watching scary movies, and I just don't like it. So I'd rather watch some Abbott and Costello or Three Stooges or something like that where I can laugh, but rather than watching that. Well, Coach, we talked to Coach Sosby, and we're going to break away and take a break for commercials, but we're going to come right back with our Coach's Corner. And our Coach's Corner, help me, Coach.
It's Raymond James
Financial. And I'm just drawing a blank, and I'm looking at my sheet too. So we want to thank Matt and Deacon Bright for sponsoring that. So you need to go and see them and tell them thank you for allowing us to be able to talk to the coaches every week. So let's go ahead, and we'll be back in just a few minutes for the Coach's Corner.
The Haunted Pyramids. The Haunted Pyramids in Lawndale will scare the yell out of you. Professional Hollywood special effects, 5 attractions, and escape room. Now open Friday and Saturday night, 7:30 to midnight through November 1st. Check out Dr. Venom's Snake Pit, Carnival of Terror. Admission is $30 per person, $45 VIP for all 5 attractions. Buy a $5 glow necklace, which signals you are fair game to touch and grab. Check Facebook, The Haunted Pyramids, 2745 Tony Road, Lawndale, North Carolina.
Turn your scrap metal into cash. Visit Allied Metals in Ellenboro. Allied Metals is buying all scrap metal, non-ferrous aluminum cans, and even cars. Allied Metals has a pull-apart area for cars. Give them a call to see if they have the part you need. Check out the small salvage area where items are sold from. Allied Metals buys gold and silver and offers cash for land and homes at top dollar. Very organized and a friendly staff. Turn your scrap into cash at Allied Metals. check their Facebook page. They're located at 224 Piney Mountain Church Road in Ellenboro.
Celebrating 25 years in Forest City, Alliance Insurance Group has a goal to provide their customers with auto, property, motorcycle, business, health, and recreational insurance coverage that meets their needs at affordable prices. Alliance offers pay in person with a drive-through window or pay online or phone. Alliance is in the business of helping people. You'll save money, plus protect and preserve your financial future. See Alliance Insurance Group soon, located behind the mall, 130 Allendale Drive, Forest City.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated, committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419. Just like great teams are built on smart strategy, so are strong financial futures. At Freedom Financial Management, they help families, individuals, and business owners create winning game plans for retirement planning, investments, wealth building, and college savings. Start your winning financial game plan today. Freedom Financial Management. Play smart, live free. See your local financial advisor, Andrew Tisdale, at 269 North Washington Street in Rutherford. Call 828-980-7101 for Freedom Financial Management.
What's behind the green door in Forest City? It's the most honest, reliable insurance company in town, Green Insurance. See Ryan Green, an independent broker whose first goal is to provide great customer service and save you money, and lots of it. Green Insurance offers Medicare Part C and D, plus supplemental policies from all the top insurance companies. Green Insurance can help with marketplace plans and calculate tax credits based on your income to save you money at the end of the year. See Ryan soon at Green Insurance, 179 West Main Street in Forest City. Look for the green door. Hey, when it's time to start looking for another vehicle, come and experience the difference and selection at Carolina Auto Finance. We're a family-owned and operated business for over 20 years. When you shop with us, you're not just buying a car, you're joining the family. Whether your credit is great, not so great, or you're just getting started, we've got options for you. We'll work with multiple lenders. We offer gap coverage and warranty contracts because buying a vehicle should feel good today and tomorrow. For honest service, affordable options, come see us at Carolina Auto Finance, where the deals are real and the people are even better. Lowe's Boulevard, Forest City.
At Raymond James, we believe in the power of freedom. The freedom to invest in your future, to make choices that align with your goals, and to pursue success with confidence. Experience the freedom to invest, the freedom to make choices, and the freedom to pursue your success with our dedicated team. Contact us today. Raymond James, life well planned.
Welcome back to WAGY 107.5 FM and KTC Broadcasting. We're here at the farm and Allen Stadium here at Chase High School tonight as they take on the East Burke Cavaliers. And the Trojans seem like they're ready, and we've talked to, which we'll go to in just a minute, but we want to go over who everybody else is playing here in the county. And we have East Rutherford is at Patton tonight. RS Central, in a very important contest, is traveling at High Brighton. And then Thomas Jefferson is hosting South Stanley. They had a tough game last week with North Rowan. Definitely. And I hate to say that I hadn't looked up to see what South Stanley's doing, but it kind of makes me hope that they'll be have a little bit better competition for that bunch. But that's where everybody's at tonight. And as I have mentioned before, we will be next week at RS Central High School as they host West Caldwell, and then the next week is the big county rivalry between East Rutherford and RS Central.
Right. Coach, let me go ahead and cover right quick on the Thomas Jefferson game.
Sure.
South Stanley has beaten North Rowan, and Thomas Jefferson has lost to them. And North Stanley South Stanley beat them 40-0, and Thomas Jefferson lost to them 23-6. So it's, going to be kind of a tough battle for them, it looks like it.
Yeah.
South
Well,
Stanley's
hopefully they
5-2.
can rise up and they learn something from last week that will give Coach Hicks and his staff a good game plan that can maybe equalize some of their troubles that they had last week.
That's right.
So I wish them the best.
That's
but
true.
We also wish everybody else in the county. East Rutherford has been on a roll, and they should be able to. They should be able to beat Patton, but you never know what might happen.
That's right.
The game with RS up in High Brighton, that should be a very close contest.
As far as in general, it's determined second for a chance to play first, honestly.
Absolutely.
If RS beats them, then it's going to be undefeated teams playing the last game of the season.
And that's conference.
That's
for
in
the
conference, yes. So, of course, they got another game to play, but it's
exactly
the lower teams in the conference. So.
But and anything can happen any week. We
Right.
know that because they have had a couple of injuries this
Right.
past week.
They did.
RS
They lost their starting quarterback for the remainder of the year, and Raylan Holly, great quarterback, and Jakia Smith is out for basically until playoffs with a high ankle sprain.
And so they're having to they made some adjustments this past week, but they feel really good about it because you talked to Coach Ryan, and he said he felt really good about their chances tonight.
He really is.
So if they could pull that off and keep rolling, we could have a really big game at the end.
That's true.
It sure would.
It's going to be big either way, no matter what. But you would hope that Central can be got their strongest to play. East their strongest.
And if East will bounce, if Chase will bounce back tonight from the game last week and get the W, they've got an opportunity to win those other two. Just from. As you see, it's hard to compare when you look at scores and team against team and who beat who and stuff like that because they don't, the circumstances are always different every Friday night.
It's according to what level you play.
Whether they got their head screwed on tight or not.
Right.
And where their heart's at.
But they do, if they can win tonight, they got a good chance of going 6-4 for the regular season.
And they could have a good chance of making the playoffs.
I think so, yes.
And that's what we hope will happen for all of our teams in the county. So we're going to turn to Coach Sosby, and after we go to a break, and we'll be right back here with football, Friday night football with Rick and Randy.
Call Wilson Septic Service for bad smells or slow drains. They're the company with the most experience keeping systems clean and customers happy since 1962. From septic pumping, inspections, repairs, installs, and holding tank rentals. Wilson Septic Service does it all, fast and affordable. Remember, avoid flushing sanitary pads, flushable wipes, know your tank's location, and never build or plant anything on your tank or drain field. Call 828-245-9387. Wilson Septic Service, number 1 in the number 2 business.
If you're looking for a great deal on a late model vehicle, come see us at L&L Auto Sales in Ellenboro, where salvage title rebuilds mean serious savings. We specialize in clean, reliable late model rebuilds that look and drive like new for thousands less than retail. Whether it's that SUV you always wanted or that diesel truck, come see what's in stock. Check the Facebook page. Call Alex Ledbetter to see what L&L Auto Sales may have for you. 828-447-0181. Listen up, folks. Let me give you some good advice. For home building projects, Henson Building Materials in Forest City is where the pros go for a good reason. Henson's has #1 grade lumber of all kinds, including treated lumber, plywood, tools, roofing, cabinets, windows, and doors. Everything you need for your project, large or small. Delivery same or next day. Take my advice and go to Henson Building Materials. You'll hit the nail on the head. 177 Duke Street, Forest City. Vote David Norris, District Attorney, March 2026. A Rutherford County native, David Norris has 30 years of legal experience with nearly 23 in the District Attorney's Office as an Assistant DA. David has proven his ability to fight and prosecute difficult cases. David Norris is a veteran of 16 years serving in the U.S. Army. If you believe that our criminal justice system needs change, vote David Norris, District Attorney, March 2026, paid for by David Norris for District Attorney.
Looking to refresh your wardrobe and make a difference in your community? Visit the Rutherford County Habitat for Humanity Clothing Center. Discover fantastic deals on clothes, jewelry, luggage, and shoes, all while supporting a great cause. Every purchase helps provide safe, affordable housing for families in need. Shop today and uncover unique finds that make you look good and feel even better. Visit 269 West Main, Forest City, or call 828-299-3118.
Ready for a career change, new skills, or finishing what you started? Now's the perfect time at Isothermal Community College. If you live in Polk or Rutherford County, your education could be free with a Powers Promise or Next NC Scholarship. Explore programs in healthcare, skilled trades, IT, business, and more with little to no cost for qualifying residents. Fast-track options like truck driving and EMS get you working quickly. With flexible schedules, online classes, and strong support, your dream is within reach. Visit isothermal.edu or call today to learn more.
The new hot tubs have arrived at Pool Supplies Unlimited in Ellenboro. There's nothing like sinking into a big hot tub in the cool air of fall and winter. Come check them out today. And coming soon, a big new shipment of turtle boxes. Loud, proud, and waterproof. Remember, Pool Supplies Unlimited does water testing, and they carry all your pool and hot tub chemicals. Check out the new hot tubs today at Pool Supplies Unlimited, 125 East, U.S. Highway 74 Business in Ellenboro. Call 828-453-8081. Like them on Facebook, too.
Ghosts, vampires, werewolves. You know what else is scary? The crazy good deals at your local drop-in store this month. Check out the 222 deli specials. Like a liver mush biscuit for breakfast or a hot dog all the way at lunch. Your choice for $2.22 each. And don't forget to grab a Reese's Pumpkin on your way out. So whether you're headed to the pumpkin patch, a fall festival, costume party, the game, or trick-or-treating, the Drop-In has what you need this spooky season. Drop-In Food Stores, your hometown convenience store since 1981.
I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped-up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy here on WAGY 107.5 and KTC Broadcasting. We are here at Allen Stadium, home of the Trojans, as we just found out that the homecoming queen was crowned here at the first before the game, and her name is Savannah Smith. So congratulations to Savannah. So we're going to go right now into our coach's corner with Coach Jim Sosby. And he'll give a little bit of insight. That is sponsored by Raymond James Financial, the Coach's Corner is, and we'll get to hear his take on the questions that we ask.
This week you got East Burke, which is, Coach Cobbler coming back home. And my big question is, even though you've had a rough week this last week and everything, a couple of games, you've had to face the hardest part of the conference, 1, 2, 3 back-to-back. And really four if you want to count the West Caldwell game, because they're still, better than some of the other ones. But now if we can get things rolling again, it looks like you've got the lower three of the conference, that it was still, if you could get things back on track, it could still be a 6-4 season in the playoffs.
Yeah, so that's we talked about that, but they know, they also know we got to do that one game at a time, one play at a time. So, but that is something we talked about on Monday, that we faced a tough stretch, but you need to face a tough stretch. Everybody needs to face a tough stretch. You want to make the playoffs, and you're going to play hard teams. So you may as well see what they look like, stack up, see what you need to work on.
That's true. The tougher test does show you what you can do and what you need to work on. That's true. I agree.
Yep. So I guys had a good week of practice, so I'm excited about getting to go and get back out there and play another game, man. Baseball and basketball, you get to go out there every couple of days. Football, you got to wait a whole week. That's terrible.
That's right.
It is. You got to live with it. Whatever the outcome is, you got to live with it. And I just got one question, Coach, and I'm gonna brag on you and your kids. Last week, it was one of them kind of games that could have gotten kind of ugly, later on in the game. Tempers, flare, especially it being a rivalry game. But I want to commend you and your players. Everybody handled everything professionally and with good sportsmanship. And I thought that everything was played clean. And you might have a different story because you got to see all the things as a kid come to the sidelines. But just from our perspective and from the viewers' perspective, it was y'all did an outstanding job of being good sports about everything that you did Friday.
Yeah, we got good kids, man. They got high character. They're not win or lose. They're not going to jump all over somebody if we win and then talk crap. Or if we lose and they're not going to cheap shot. We got good kids.
Well, you've been around long enough. You got some people that say, well, if we lose a game, we're going to win the fight, kind of thing.
Right.
And I didn't see any of that kind of attitude at all. But how after a game like that, how did you get the kids, what was your strategy to get the kids refocused and be it, just like you'd said with Randy, having a goal that you have ahead of you, that could turn out positive, taking it one game at a time.
Yeah, so before the season, we met with seniors and they made a goal, and the goal is to make the playoffs. So we want to keep that goal alive. This is the week to get. You can't wait till week 10 to get it. You got to go now. So I think it's just been positive. Tuesday was hot and long. Wasn't the best practice, but Monday and Wednesday been really good. And the season's long, man. We're at 4 weeks of preseason and 7 games. That's 11 weeks. Open date, that's 12 weeks. So that's long. Even if you were 7-0, that's long. So I know that we adjusted the schedule a little bit, shortened a couple things, and we go. This is what we tell them on Wednesday, man. If the period's going good and we get through everything we need to go through, boom, we'll bounce to the next thing. So they were positive and got through some stuff earlier today.
Yeah, Coach. Like I said, I don't want to bring things up, but the 2 county games were, a very tough situation on us, without a question. But we are still, you are, I've been a Chase all my life. You are
there you
still,
go, Coach.
You are still one of the highest prolific offenses as far as passing game in the area. And it's a situation that, coming back into that to where you're averaging over 400 yards as far as total offense, and it's where East Burke is, they're averaging about I don't know, that's 240 or something like that. So it's a situation that if you get things cranking again with that high-powered offense, that it should be a situation that you can take control of the game. Like I said, I know how it is being a coach. You've got to play to your ability, not the ability of your opponent.
Yeah, so I just listened to a thing last night with Nick Saban, and he said he went fishing. I don't know if you heard it before. He said that he was fishing with a old boy that he was catching these huge fish and throwing it back, and he was catching little fish and keeping them. So he finally was getting mad because he couldn't catch no big fish. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're making me mad. And he said, man, my frying pan's only 9 inches long. Those big fish won't do me no good. So it's the size of your frying pan that you got to worry about. So we know what size our frying pan is now. We want it to be bigger, but we know what it is right in a second.
I understand.
That's a good story. That's awesome.
And Coach, like I said, I feel good for you coming into this, and I feel for you off the last few games. I really do. Been there, done that.
Right.
But there again, like Greg said, the character of the team and your character off of this is shown brightly to where everybody should be proud, and I'm proud because the fans are following you and believing in your team. When I say you, I mean your team, of course, and
right.
you. But it's a situation that y'all really got more fans traveling than a lot of people in the area.
Right. I'm really excited about that. They just brought in 10 porta potties for the game Friday night. They must expect a huge crowd, so that's good. I'm excited about the future too, man. We got 10 underclassmen starting on offense and 7 underclassmen starting on defense. So I look good, man. I think that's 18 starters, 17 starters we're gonna have coming back next year. As long as they get bigger, faster, and stronger, I'm excited about the future too.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
right. And the playoffs will make a big difference for next year too. If
Heck
you
yeah,
can
more
make the playoffs
practice,
and get a game or two in.
Yeah, that's the experience. So they've been there before. Every little thing you get to do extra is good for them.
That's right.
Well, anything that you can build on that's positive will always have something, that you can work toward the next year.
That's right.
Coach, I really appreciate it, and I'll come down to see you if it's all right before the game starts. And
good deal, man. Appreciate it.
Buddy.
Hear that? That's a big old Massey Ferguson getting ready for another day of work. And it could be you. Phil Sheehan at NC Tractor and Farm Supply in Rutherford invites you to head in and take advantage of up to $2,000 off select Massey Ferguson models with a cash payment. Or you can get 0% financing for up to 60 months and ask about rebates from $500 to $2,000 on select Bobcat mowers. Or get 0% financing up to 48 months. NC Tractor and Farm Supply, 299 Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Online at nctractorandfarmsupply.com. Friendly customer service, fast delivery, value, convenience, and easy 1-2-3 financing. It's Kimbrell's Furniture in Forest City, celebrating 110 years of business. And to celebrate, you'll get a free 10-piece elegant bakeware set with any purchase of $5.99 or more. You'll find recliners for $4.49, dining sets $3.99, lift chairs $6.99, 55-inch TVs $5.99, and big Bluetooth speakers for $3.99. Kimbrell's Furniture, 207 East Main Street, Forest City, online at kimbrells.com.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy, sponsored by Tri-City Outdoor Power and Tri-City Tire. We want to thank Ingalls Markets and Stanton Enterprises, McDonald's for the pregame show, and we're preparing here right now to start the kickoff. Who won the toss, Coach?
Well, East Burke won the toss, but they deferred, so Chase will be receiving from the fieldhouse side going towards the scoreboard.
Well, I've got the starting offense right here for Chase High School. Starting on offense for Chase High School is number 0, Tyrell Johnson. Number 1, Caden Boyce. Number 3, Bryson McSwain. Number 4, Jason Harden. Number 10, Darren Tipton. And number, I had to skip there. Is that one, Coach?
That's the
it is.
Yes, sir.
It is?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right. Number 21, Dominique Wilkins. And number 50, Jalen Backus. Number 56, Logan Hill. 57, Parker Bradley. 71, Harlan Hoyle. And number 75, Kalen Allen.
And for East Burke Cavaliers, starting on defense, number 3, Kendall Cook. Number 6, R.J. Williams. Number 8, Clayton Holcomb. Number 10, Leland Pryatt. Number 21, Trevor Fraley. And number 33, Joseph Lee. Number 40, Daniel Cook. Number 50, Jackson, Wiley. Number 52, Zane Taylor. Number 60, Aiden Pryatt. And that's got East Burke.
Well, I can tell you what, I don't know who's designed this pregame, but I think it's better than what we were able to pull off. But that was a long time ago, so we didn't have as many things available to us as it could. But when they had the definition of Troy, to give you the definition of what a Trojan
the
is.
history, yes.
Yeah, and the history
was awesome.
of Troy, that was pretty awesome.
That sounds
right
like Miss Majimpsey all the way through.
I'm telling you. So it'll be just shortly we're going to get the kickoff here because the Trojans are taking the field and Cavaliers are taking the field.
I want to remind you right quick, starting halftime, we're going to give away 4 tickets for the Haunted Pyramids. Don't call WAGY Radio. We have a special number we're going to let you call at halftime. So when it's time to do it, I'll give you the special number. Do not call WAGY.
And that would be the first caller at that time that we give that. So number 10, Leland Pyatt, is going to kick off for East Burke Cavaliers. And we're looking back numbers there, Coach, that we have deep for Chase. Who we got there?
It's usually Little John.
He got his jersey pulled up a little bit. I think that might be Caden Boyce, number 1. And then if he'll turn just a little bit to the side, is that 6 or 5, Coach?
He's still turning his shoulder to us.
It possibly. I don't think that's Keontae Wingo.
No, it's not.
And I don't think it's Jonte Wingo. So, but the ball's kicked short, little squib kick, and it's having to be covered, and that was covered by number 6, Jonte Wingo. And they're going to take over at their own 31-yard line. So that will be a David Norris for District Attorney, first down for the Trojans. So let's look and see what kind of defense we got going on here, Coach.
All right.
That the Trojans will be
Looks like
against.
it's going to be a 3-man front, a 33 stack, it looks
Wow,
like, Coach.
Trojans are packed in there tight right now. I expect – well, here we go. They're spreading out now. All right.
Still got the 33
we
stack
got
on
twins
defense.
on both sides, and we got the back to the left. Ball's faked to Wingo, and then he throws down inside to number 7, who is Trajan Littlejohn. And that's one of the key receivers of Chase that they like to throw to, and that's also one of Tipton's favorite receivers.
One thing we forgot, the Stanton Enterprise player to watch. I forgot about that. That's going to be, of course, Darren Tipton, the quarterback, number 10, and also Keontae Wingo, the running back. But the receivers, 3 receiver cores they've got is awesome.
Yes, sir. They do a good job. So here we go. We got trips to the left, split to the right, back to the right. Fake and throws it really quick, but you know what? The cornerback came up really quick for East Burke. I want to say that that's number 10 for East Burke, and that would be Leland Pyatt. Yeah, Leland Pyatt broke that
Coach,
up.
I think he was playing man-to-man the whole time. Never
Yeah,
come off with him.
you know what's always going to happen. Free safety's going to nail you, and you got to be looking for that. So we got the trips to the left again, split to the right, back to the right. We're in a speed-up offense, and wow, that was close to being offsides. I thought he crossed the ball, but he might not have. They seem to be flexed back just a little bit, like the old Dallas
defense,
flex defense. So here we go, back to the left. He rolls out, and he's going to throw, and he's throwing deep to number 7, and it hits right off his fingertips, incomplete.
Got a flag, Coach.
But they got a flag.
That is a Carolina Auto Finance penalty. It's got to be pass interference.
It has to be. So
or defensive holding.
And it is interference. So that's going to be a biggie, and that will be an automatic first down for the Trojans. And that's a David Norris for District Attorney first down. So here we go. I pray, too, Coach, that I don't hit that cord underneath me and knock his power out. I'm backing up. I'm doing all I can, Chad. So here we go. Tipton's getting the play. Trips to the left, split to the right. Running back offset to the right.
Oh,
that was offside
no
right there.
there.
He came way across. And
that is another Carolina Auto Finance penalty, Coach.
And you know, the fact is that he's got the opportunity until they calm that down to get a whole lot of yardage off that hard count. So Tipton looks over to get the signal from the sideline, and they're giving it to him. Trips to the left, split to the right, and this must be a favorable formation for the Trojans that they've seen in film. So here we go. Running backs to the left. Ball's thrown out on a swing pass to number 4 out to the left.
It's Jason Harden, Coach.
And it looks like he's going to pick up there enough for another David Norris for District Attorney first down. That is a first down, Coach.
It is. They got Caden Boyce back there at running back now instead of Wingo,
Yeah,
Coach.
it is. They put Boyce back there. But, you know, they did that some last week, too.
Right.
They ran Boyce back there.
But it's more when Wingo was running,
in power,
yeah. He's a big boy.
But he's a big young man. Yes, sir. He sure is. Tipton ready to take it. They got trips to the right now and split. I guess they're going off of their hash that they are. Looks like a one Tipton threw the ball, and he threw it down here on the left side. I got a piece of paper sticking up in front of me. I couldn't see whether it was he threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, he threw it a little wide. He was getting a lot of pressure. They went man-to-man and sent the house after him.
So, obviously, from the hash, when they've got the wide side of the field, that's where they're going to set the trips up. And they've got the split to the left, and Boyce is offset number 1 to the right. Tipton hands it to him this time, and he's off to the races, baby, inside the 10-yard line, all the way down to the 9. And that will be a David Norris for District Attorney first down for the Trojans. Goal to go.
They marked it back at the 10, Coach.
They didn't give him the bounce, did they? So it is 1st and 10, but it's still 1st and goal. So here we go. Trips to the right. Handed to Boyce again, and he gets stacked up this time. He might have made a wrong choice about going to the right.
Correct.
He looked like he had some green grass to the left.
And the same handoff, he went left last time with it. So
yes, sir.
I mean, down to there, you just want to get yardage is the main thing.
Go where they're hitting anybody.
That's right. It's a lot easier transportation.
Yes, sir.
That way.
That is. All right, tipped and set up back in the shotgun. We got twins, and rolling to his left. He's in trouble, and he goes down for a sack, and they're going to mark it back to the 19-yard line. So that is actually a loss of probably about 12 yards, isn't it, Coach?
Be 9, Coach.
Okay.
Well,
no, I mean, he started on the 10, but they gained some yardage.
Right,
and then,
you're right.
And then he, about a yard or two, and then he was moved back. So that's why the discrepancy there in the number. But he's still on the left hash, and we got a split to the left and trips to the right. Boyce is offset, number 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. They could get some of that back if they'd give a hard count.
You know, McGinnis is a good kicker, but I'm not sure he's got enough leg for that or not.
Here we go. Quarterback does a pitch with Boyce to the left, and he's all the way back to the 10. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 10 to go. So that did bring it within a very reasonable
management. Here he comes. Here comes some field goal.
So that's going to bring Garrett McGinnis out, number 30, preparing to kick, but he's going to have to kick from that
23.
left hash.
23.
23, I'm sorry. Number 30 went in the game anyway. I just mistaken it for him.
That's all right.
So it's 23, and we've got number 4, who is Jason Harden holding.
I think we got too many delay a game. I think it's the number. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
illegal substitution. Was
they got 12. They got 12 in the field.
Got 12 on the field. Yep. They had to bring one. That number 30 wasn't supposed to be in there then, was he, Coach? He caught my attention. I knew it was for
this
some
is going to
reason.
be a 32-yarder, Coach.
Yes, sir. So here we go. Snap. Hold, kick, and it's going to be short to the right. So the kick is no good. That's going to give East Burke the ball at their own 20-yard line, and we'll get to see the defense for Chase High School, which the starting defense here is number 1, Caden Boyce, number 4, Jason Harden, number 8, Tristan Carlisle, number 9, Jaden Horton, and number 11, Braden Mills, number 12, Kenny King, number 21, Dominique Wilkins, number 30, Zach Branch, number 50, Jalen Backus, number 78, Carson Smith, and 99, Eugene Wilkins. We'll get that offense, starting offense for East Burke here in just a minute.
But they don't have
after this play here, Coach.
They don't have. That's not Bennett in there, number 11 quarterback. Yeah, he is 11. It's 32 should be. That's Birkin. Should be the running back. I can't see his number.
We got split to the left, split to the right, wing to the right, and back to the right. And he hands it back almost in the counter tray situation where they pulled, was it 1 or 2 they pulled that way to the left?
Yeah.
Pulled 2, and it was a short gain, maybe about 2 feet. They're going to mark it a yard, but I don't think it's all the way up to that yard.
I don't either. Got a football.
Yep, it's a football length maybe to get to that yard. So here we go. East Burke's looking over to their sideline to get the play called in. And we got the split to the left, split to the right. Now we got a nasty wing to the left. And they're now coming back to the right.
Oh, good
and
play. Hold on.
And he's hitting the backfield for looks like a 2-yard loss.
2-yard loss. That's their quarterback is Carter Bennett, number 11. Their main running back is 32, Ossie Burkham. But
and that's their 2 main players they look for offensively.
Yes, that's the offensive leaders. Quarterback is the second leading receiver. Birkin is the number 1 runner. Off a rusher.
So they lost a yard to gain plus another 1. That brings up a 3rd and 11 for the Cavaliers. And they're set up here now with a slot to the right, split to the left. And they're moving from our left to right. Snap back to the quarterback, and that is number 11. He's in a little trouble, but he escapes that one and throws the ball completed to number 20. And number 20 is Luke Evans, who carries the ball all the way out to the 47-yard line of the Cavaliers. So that's going to give them a first down. So here we go. It was pretty sad because the Trojans had him in the backfield and let him slip away. It's
couldn't wrap him
you know, and that's the thing about it. You know, I say this kind of in a little sarcastic way because they don't lay down because you lay down.
Right.
You got to run up on them and knock them down.
Got to knock them down.
Yep.
And hang on to them, yes.
Here we go. Quarterback keeps the ball.
Quarterback counter.
And he turns it up inside, and he picks up probably about
7 or 8, Coach.
Yeah.
8.
Looks like that's going to be. Yep, they're marking it all the way up to the 45-yard line of the Trojans, and that's going to be a 2nd and 2 for the Cavaliers. And that was number 11, Carter Bennett, who kept the ball. He's a pretty good runner, Coach.
He is. He's a good runner. He's got a good arm on him. That's not how accurate he is yet.
So here we go. He hands off to number 32, and 32 is Ozzie Birkin, and he carries the ball. Looks like he carried it all the way up to the 41, which is going to be a first down for East Burke. So here we go. The 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers, and they're on a drive right now. Kind of hurts a little bit. We didn't get any points for the Trojans in that first drive.
It was so successful, then just had to throttle down on it.
We're going to get the defense to bow up here a little bit.
A little nasty
playing a 4-man front and ball quick. It was a screen out to the left, and that young man caught the ball, and he streaked all the way down inside the 20-yard line of the Trojans, and that was number.
Was that 6 or 8, Coach?
I think it's. I hope it's 6. That's R.J. Williams.
Yeah, R.J. Yeah.
R.J. Williams.
He's one of their main receivers they've got.
I think he's the leading receiver, isn't he?
Yes.
Number 6. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then Mooneyham is the second lead receiver.
So here we go. We've got Bennett back there in the backfield with Birkin offset to his right. And he takes the ball himself around the right side and keeps it. Looks like maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah,
and that's going to bring him
23-yard line.
2nd and 8. So here we go. They're going to have to start keying on the ball.
Yeah, it's.
Well, we seem like we're getting a little bit of slow reaction.
Right. They've got that eye candy out there.
They got to fly to the ball. Yeah, they got to fly to the ball.
All that eye candy.
So here we go.
Trade and stuff. He's probably going to
trade
this
to the
one
right, slot to the right. And he comes up, throws a little screen inside to number 7, and that number 7 is Mooneyham. That's the other top receiver. So he carries it down to the 15-yard line of the Trojans, and that's going to bring up a first down for the Cavaliers. So that'll be a 1st and 10. They can still get another first down. Okay? And its score is still 0-0 here, and that's Raymond James scoreboard. And we have 4:28 remaining in the Me Pueblito first quarter. So here we go. 1st and 10, setting back, and he takes it. Quarterback's going to keep it to his left, and he comes and goes hard inside all the way up to maybe the 13-yard line. I think that's where they're going to mark it. And so
I
that's
think,
pick up a 2.
That was more of a wildcat. Number 8 carried that ball that time. And there's a flag on the field, which is a Carolina Auto Finance penalty.
Well, I hope the quarterback, if he got hurt, I don't know what happened.
It looks like a timeout, too, off this. A Raymond James Financial timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Buy a new zero-turn mower at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment in Forest City, and you could win $5,000. Yes, it could be yours. Come in for all the details. The $5,000 will be given away in December, just in time for Christmas. And Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment is proud to announce that they are now a full-service Bobcat dealer. They carry the full line, from excavators to skid steers to tractors to mowers and side-by-sides. and the remaining Torwin Spartan mowers are below cost at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment, 221 Daniel Road, Forest City, this year's title sponsor for high school football on Downtown Radio.
Ozzie Birkin just carried the ball down to the 10-yard line. So that's actually going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Cavaliers from East Burke. So, Coach, here we go. We're looking at an opportunity to maybe stop them here and force them into field goal opportunity.
Right, yes.
So here we go. Quarterback keeps it to the left, and he carries it all the way down inside the 5-yard line, which if there's no flag on the play, there should be a 1st down and goal to go for the Cavaliers.
Might be the 2. I can't tell exactly, Coach, like maybe 2-yard line. Yeah, they're doing a lot of backside pull, backside tight end pulling on the counter, quarterback counter.
I will tell you this, Coach, the number 11, the way that number is set up there, it's really tight. So it could make it look like one thing or the other. So here we go. Hand it off to Birkin, and he is in the end zone for a touchdown.
And that is a Fountain Electric touchdown.
So that is a touchdown for the Cavaliers, and that's on the Raymond James scoreboard, makes the score 6-0 in favor of the Cavaliers. We have 2:49 remaining in the Meade-Poblito first quarter. So we got coming up here an extra point attempt, which looks like it's going to be a 2-point attempt, and the ball snapped back to the quarterback, and he keeps it and carries it all the way into the end zone. And I think you're right about that. Well, I don't know. He turns and it looks like 11, and it does look like 8 sometimes.
That was a Jamie Dunn extra 2-point conversion.
But if it's their regular quarterback, Carter Bennett,
we need to go to a 30-second break.
Big game, big appetite. Swing by Meade-Poblito for the ultimate victory. From sizzling fajitas to over 100 mouth-watering dishes, we've got you covered no matter your craving. How about fried ice cream, brownies, and funnel cake fries that will score big with your sweet tooth? Come see us at Rutherfordton and Forest City or order ahead at meatpubs.com. Stay connected on Facebook and Instagram too at Meade-Poblito Mex, because good food is always worth cheering for.
That was a Jamie Dunn for Sheriff. Extra point there was good by East Burke Cavaliers. And that kick was made by the kicker, number 10, who is
that was 2-point conversion.
Leland Pyatt. Do what?
That was a 2-point conversion.
I'm sorry, 2-point conversion. So that actually brings the Raymond James scoreboard to 8 for the Cavaliers and 0 for the Trojans. And the ball is kicked, and it's a little pooch kick.
Again.
And it picked up, and it's down on their own 35-yard line. They're doing a great job making sure that the folks cover the ball.
Right, and East Burke, I think they must be afraid of the speed that Chase has got, so they're making sure to keep it out of the deep guys.
They're not getting it close to those 2 guys that are deep. No. So Trojans take over at their own 35-yard line when that'll be a David Norris for district attorney. 1st down for the Trojans. So here we go. The Trojans trying to get their signals from the sideline. We have Tipton back in the shotgun, split to the left, trips to the right, back to the right. Ball is faked, then thrown out, and he RPO'd it all the way out to completed to number, is that number 3, Coach? And that was Bryson McSwain.
Yes.
Completed to him, and he caught the ball and ran and broke about 2 or 3 tackles and carried it all the way down to the 30-yard line, or right inside the 30-yard line of the Cavaliers.
That makes it another David Norris for district attorney, 1st down.
And that needs to keep going, Coach.
Definitely.
That execution, that's what it is. Right. And that was a great job.
That was a great move by Tipton.
Yeah, it was. Here we go. Hand it off to Boyce inside, and he's hit. It looked like he was going to stack him up, but he fought forward for about a yard.
About a yard, yes.
They bring up 2nd and 9 for the Trojans on the 29-yard line of East Burke. And like I said, the Trojans are moving from our right to our left toward the scoreboard here at Allen Stadium, and the East Burke is going toward the field house here at the farm. So here we go, tipped him back.
Ooh,
and that was that should have been offsides there. He did break the
he went
plane.
between the two linemen.
Yeah, he was between the linemen. I don't know what the deal is on that. Now Boyce moves to the left, so they're going to put up something else. Tipton's up to throw the ball, and he throws it out to McSwain again, and he carries it across the 20 down to the 19.
That's going to be another David Norris for Dixie Turney first down.
So there we go. Trojans can get another first down without having to score. So they're on the Cavaliers' 19-yard line and preparing to go. We want to also, as we're sitting here, we want to thank Chad Medford for everything he's done to set this up. He does it every ball game. So here we go. Slot to the left, slot to the right, back up. Throw a little screen inside. That's a bubble screen to number 0, and he is fighting for everything he can, but I hope he doesn't go backwards. So he is up to about the
16 or 17,
17-yard line, I think, what they're going to get.
He was
17.
up to the 15 at one
time. Yeah,
time.
he was, and then he started fighting backwards, and it didn't work out so good. Tyrell Johnson, he caught the ball excellently. But I think he thought he was going to get away and be able to take it down that sideline. But they just had too many Cavaliers coming at him. And he was on the short side of the field, so that didn't give him much grass to run.
We might have a flag. I don't know. The officials talking back and
Yeah,
forth.
I see it down on the field. So that was going to be a Carolina Auto Finance penalty. And that's going to go against the Cavaliers. And that's going to be, I don't know, probably half the distance to the goal.
After the whistle, maybe?
Probably dead ball foul, it looks like. We haven't seen the signal yet, so we're waiting for it. Head referee's out.
Nope.
I don't guess he's going to give it.
He's going to wind the clock.
Maybe he did it. We didn't see him, but anyway, he's winding the clock. Trojans have first down there, and that's a David Norris for Turney first down. Out pitch to number 1, Boyce, in for the touchdown.
That's a Carolina, that is a Fountain Electric touchdown, Coach.
Yes, sir, and that's with 54.8 seconds remaining in the Meeple-Bledo first quarter, and we're going to stay right here for the extra point attempt. We're going to see what the Trojans decide to do. Are they going to kick it, or are they going to
go for two?
I think they are, too. I think they're going to try to match it, so they don't want to give Coach Cogdell any advantage there with them. So here we go, tipped him back. He takes and he rolls to his left and throws out, but that ball is intercepted. And that is automatically dead in high school football. But, Coach, if that's pros or if that's college, he can run that thing back for 2 points, and that would be 10 then. So we'll be back in 30 seconds with the score here on the Raymond James scoreboard. Cavaliers are leading the Trojans 8-6 with 54.8 remaining in the Meeple-Bledo first quarter.
There's a lot of advantage packed into your Ingles Advantage card. For starters, you get great discounts and advantage pricing throughout the store. You build up fuel points to save big money at the pump. You can link it to a school of your choice to reward them with supplies they need. You get weekly sales alerts on items you buy the most when you sign up for Advantage Mail, and even special perks around the holidays. So get the advantage with your Ingles Advantage card. Ingles, we're with you every step of the way.
Welcome back to the farm. We're here on WAGY 107.5 and KTC Broadcasting here coming to you live on YouTube. And we have the Trojans have just scored. They missed their extra point attempt for 2, but it was intercepted by one of the Cavaliers there in the end zone. He was open briefly.
Right. He was open, yeah.
He sure was.
But he was running backwards through it a little weak. I want to remind you again, if you are not watching this, go on YouTube. At Waggy Radio Far City.
WAGY Radio.
WAGY Radio Far City on YouTube, and you can pick up it on the YouTube off of that. But also don't forget, at halftime, we're going to have these tickets given away for the Haunted Pyramids.
Garrett McGinnis preparing, number 23, preparing to kick off for the Trojans from his own 40-yard line. And he kicks it, and it's a squib, and it goes off of one of the East Burke Cavaliers, and they have to jump on that ball in a hurry. If we had a lot of speed on this left side, they could have got that ball,
right.
Coach.
That's right. 29-yard line, Coach.
Yes, sir. So they're going to start out on their own 29, East Burke will, with the 1st and 10, the Cavaliers. So here we go with the Trojans. We're going to see what kind of adjustments they may have made here to stop this offensive attack that the East Burke Cavaliers have prepared for them tonight. It was effective in the first series, so Trojans got to tighten up a little bit.
I think they're just kind of all the mixed.
We got a bunch set over
yeah.
to the right, and it's like a nasty set to the left, and it has split to the
Oh,
right.
great job.
But the ball looked like it came out, and they're marking him down right there at the 25-yard line, and that's going to be a 5-yard loss, which is going to bring up a 2nd and 15, and that tackle was made by Jalen Backus, who broke through the line and got back there in a hurry on that quick pitch where they had that nasty set, Coach.
Oh, he went straight through there. I mean, it must have been something they saw in film.
All right, here
Tennessee.
we go. We got a slot to the left. It's a tight slot, too, and we have a H-back inside, and the ball is fake, but it's thrown out there on a bubble screen, and the defenders are coming a lot more urgency right then, because a while ago he was getting plenty of time to really find the blocks and get out there. So
picked up about 1 yard, Coach.
Yes, sir. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. That is the end of the Maple Bledo first quarter, with the score on the Raymond James scoreboard being 8 for the Cavaliers of East Burke and 6 for the Chase High Trojans. We'll be back in 1 minute with the start of the second quarter, Maple Bledo second quarter.
At Fountain Electric, we believe every home deserves exceptional electrical service. We are trustworthy, reliable, and hassle-free. Integrity and customer focus are the main values that guide us. We aim to build lasting relationships with homeowners based on respect and mutual trust. Fountain Electric, lighting your home, elevating your life. Contact us today.
Welcome back to WAGY 107.5 FM and KTC Broadcasting. Here we are at Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy, and I'm Ricky Millwood.
I'm Randy Page.
And we have the start of the Maple Bledo second quarter with 12 minutes on the remaining here in that, because they haven't started it yet, Coach. I'm just talking over myself now. And we're at the Raymond James scoreboard. Cavaliers are leading 8-6 over our hometown Trojans. So the Cavaliers have the ball at their own 30-yard line, and that's going to bring up, it's a 3rd and 9 right now for East Burke. And the ball is snapped back to number 11, and he rolls to his left and throws.
Oh, great catch.
You know what? That was good defense, but that was even a better catch. And that just completed all the way out to the 50-yard line. That's going to be a first down for East Burke.
That looked like Holcomb, number 8. I'm not sure, Coach. But
that was an excellent throw, because he threw it high enough to where the defender couldn't get it.
Right.
And then he just plucked that ball out of the air.
Dropped it down right into it, yes.
They need to use that one as a highlight film on the sideline, send that to a college at some point in time.
Yes.
So here we go. Split to the left, split to the right, back, handed it to Backus, and he carries it up inside, all the way inside the 45-yard line of the Trojans. That looks like a gain of 6.
It's going to wind up being 3rd and about long 3, Coach. He's
long
they
3,
had him
short
stopped
4.
about 3 yards back there, but they had him. They just not bringing him down.
Yes, sir. So here we go. We'll just go ahead and say 2nd and 3. And from the 44-yard line of the Trojans. They're holding good and playing good defense, but then they have that one breakdown on one play. So as we have a flag on the play, and that was illegal procedure against the Cavaliers of East Burke. So that's going to put them back a little bit further on this second down play.
That is a Carolina Auto Finance penalty.
And, you know, Coach, that brings up a difference in play calling.
Definitely.
Right there, because when you got it second short, you can go for the ball. You can go for all the marbles on one of those on the other side of the ball. I mean, other side of the 50-yard line.
Right, yeah. Got you. It's a four down situation up there.
Absolutely. So split to the left, split to the right, and quarterback keeps the ball on the counter, and he rolls up close to the first down, but I think it's going to be a yard short.
A yard short looks like, Coach, yes.
Going to bring up 3rd and 1.
That makes it easier to call now, though.
Yes, sir. It does. they're kind of in that limbo land where you might not go for it on fourth down if they don't get it right
true,
here.
Yeah. You don't want to get the mo going the other way.
Exactly. Play that field advantage. So here we go. That's number 11, Bennett back. And he takes the ball, and he's going to carry it himself to the right, and that young man's off to the races. He's running, and nobody touched him until the 20-yard line. Falls forward inside to about the 18.
18-yard line, yes, sir.
So that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers as they move up to get over the ball. And actually that was number 11, Bennett, on the carry. He had leading the way is number 32, Ozzie Burke. I said Backus a while ago, but I think of Backus on Chase's team. So that's Birkin. All right. And we have quarterback hands off to Birkin up the middle. And
they've had him backwards.
They had him stopped. They had him stopped for a loss, and then he just carried a couple of Trojans all the way down. It looks like almost to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 11, and it's going to bring up, second and
about long three or short 4, yeah. You know, it's not a scrum either, Coach. It's not the lineman. He's strong enough.
He's strong enough to do that. That showed you a lot right there, his determination. So here we go. We've got Bennett back at quarterback, number 11. And he's preparing to take the shotgun snap, and he fakes it and then keeps it himself to the right, and he's running all the way inside the 5-yard line. Looks like he's down to the 3. And that will be 1st and goal for the Cavaliers of East Burke.
Just not bringing them down.
Well, if they can have hold them for 4 yards, 4 downs right here, that'd be a great stand.
Definitely would.
And I've seen that happen in the last couple of weeks for all the ball games that I've seen. But that's a hard task.
Oh, yeah, after what you've given up so far, yeah, especially where they're running the ball.
Yes, sir. So the ball's handed off to Burke, and he carries the ball all the way into the end zone. That is a touchdown for the East Burke Cavaliers.
And that is a Fountain Electric touchdown.
And that means that the scoreboard now has changed, the Raymond James scoreboard to 14 for the Cavaliers and 6 for the Trojans. We're going to have an extra point attempt, and it looks like they're going to go for 2 again, Coach. I don't see the kicker coming out on the field.
Remember, the kicker's been squibbing everything. Maybe they don't have a
true kicker. So that is Carter Bennett back, takes a snap. He comes up, throws, and fires one. But that was a great break on the ball for the defender. That was number 4, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
That was Jason Harden who knocked that attempt down. So that was a good break there, Coach, because it makes it 14. So the Trojans can actually, if they'll get this back, they can score and then tie it with a 2-pointer.
Right.
So here we go. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back.
Blue 42, Blue 42. Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage and agents there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout? Not even in our vocabulary.
Rutherford County Farm Bureau is at 153 Reservation Drive, Spindale. Call 828-287-2428.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy, and we are here as the East Burke Cavaliers have just scored again and made the score on the Raymond James scoreboard, 14-6 in favor of the Cavaliers, and that's going to be with 8:02 remaining in the Maple Toledo second quarter. So the Cavaliers prepare to kick off. They've been squibbing every one of them, and that looks like that's not much different. But it does get all the way back to the deep man. So he brings it up, and he's running inside now, across the 30-yard line, and he's going to be down. That was a good return, Coach.
It was. That's going to bring up a David Norrister district attorney first down.
For the Trojans, and that ball is going to be at the Trojans' 34-yard line where they'll start. So we'll have to see what Coach Sosby has up his sleeve here offensively.
So far, it's been a kind of wide open offense working for Chase, but yet the power of East Burke's defense. I mean, their running game on offense for them.
Yes, sir. So we got trips to the left, a tight split to the right, and we have Wingo back in, number 6.
No, yeah, the other Wingo, yeah.
Yeah, and he throws outside to the right, and that was completed to number 0, who is Tyrell Johnson. And that is number 6. I'm right when I say Wingo. I don't know.
Here's what I was saying, though.
I don't know what to say.
I was just noticing Keontae Wingo, Coach, is not dressed out tonight.
So that's Jonte, who is in the game right now, and he is running back. So Tipton here in the shotgun with Wingo to his left. So I can just say Wingo. Now he moved back to the right. Twins to both sides, or slot, really. So here we go. He's back prepared to throw, and he throws a little, looks like a little out, but the ball was knocked down by a defender who got his hands up.
That was number 21, Fraley.
And that's going to bring up a third, and it looks like 3. So here we go. See what they can pull off. Tipton's made a couple of really good, several really good throws tonight.
Correct.
Don't know if they're going to just try to run it or if they'll try to throw it, but we got a double slot, left and to the right. Wingo to the left. Shotgun snap. He's up, and he throws inside to number 7.
Pardon.
And that is completed to Little John Trajan.
I'm sorry, Coach.
Trajan Littlejohn completed, and that is a David Norris for District Attorney. First down for the Trojans, all the way down to the 49-yard line of East Burke Cavaliers.
Harden has been playing that position. He's on the other side now instead of this
He
side.
is. So here we go. Tipped him back, takes a snap. And he's prepared to throw that ball deep, and he's thrown it to number 3, who, he hit him in the hands, and then it fell out. And that was intended for Bryson McSwain. I didn't know that had a chance when he started throwing it, but McSwain took off on a burst.
Right. I thought he caught it, and just when he went to the ground, he lost it, which either way it's incomplete.
Either way it's incomplete. Yeah. But, yeah, he looked like he had it, but then he didn't. So here we go. We got 2nd now and 10 for the Trojans. That would have been a big play, even if he had just fell down.
Right.
Yeah. But here we go. We got slot left, slot right. Back to the right. And Tipton throws a little out pass to number 5.
6.
That's 6?
Yes,
6. That's Wingo. So here we go. We got 5's not dressed out. He must have an injury or something.
That's another David Norris for District Attorney first down.
Yes, sir. So here we go. We're on the right hash, heading from our left to our right now with the Trojans. And they're down to the 37-yard line of the Cavaliers. They're giving a lot of signals here. Coach Sosby's sending it in. Backs to the right, double slot. Slot to left, slot to the right. Snap back, quarterback rolls to his right, but then he hands off to Wingo back to the left. And
Fumble.
He carries the ball all the way down to the 30, and I think they're going to call it a fumble.
It was. East Burke's ball.
East Burke has recovered the ball at their own 27-yard line.
Coach, he was making a good run. He was spinning away.
Oh, he did.
And
He
this
did.
is spun away. He got met right in the mouth by the defender.
My eyes may deceive me, but I thought he went to the ground, and
Might
then
have.
the ball came out. But I don't know. So they had a better view than I did. So right now, East Burke takes over. They're leading the game 14-6 on the Raymond James scoreboard here with 6:27 remaining in the Meade-Polito second quarter. Now they're setting up, and we got a slot to the right, and we got a nasty set over to the left with East Burke, and they fake the ball, throw it out.
Oh, gosh!
And that was almost a pick 6 right there. They read it perfectly because he faked the handoff and reared up the throw, and when he threw, that was almost picked off by Dominique Wilkins there.
Great move.
So, yes, sir, it was. They read the play perfectly. So here we go. I always worry about that pump and then go.
Yes.
On that one. But here we go. Quarterback Bennett back, and he keeps the ball, and he's running. He ran to the right. Now he's back to the left, and he's picking up all kind of yardage. But, you know, Coach, when he started that slide down, he slid down way before he got to the first down mark. And that referee's going to give him the first down.
I don't know where it starts in high school.
You know, I know, but
I don't think it should start till you hit the ground. But
if he's starting to get, I don't know why he gave himself up, because he could run out of bounds. He picked up 4 more yards,
or just turn back right and fell down 4 or 5 more yards. Yes.
Yeah. So here we go. They're at their 39-yard line. East Burke is, and they've got slot to the right, and we got a wing to the right. Handed off to number 32, who is up the middle, and he didn't get touched till he got to the 45-yard line, and that young man's going to take it all the way. Coach, that was a 47, a 57.
It was 61.
61-yard touchdown run, and that was by Ozzie Birkin for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, the corner and the safety for Chase was coming in together, and they actually cut each other trying to make the tackle.
They did. But the thing that was surprising to me, he wasn't touched, Coach, until he got about 20 yards down the field. And
good burst.
And then after that happened with them running into each other, then he was gone. There was nobody there. So here we go.
That was a Fountain Electric touchdown also, Coach.
Yes, sir. That brings Raymond James scoreboard to 20-6. 2-point conversion here attempt. And that is Bennett, who carries the ball up inside, and it's good.
And as Jamie done for sure, 2-point conversion.
And that is with the Raymond James scoreboard, brings it to 22-6 with 5:47 remaining in the B Pablito second quarter. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?
Hi, can I get a...
Get in the McDonald's.
Ooh, can I get a...
Yeah, can I get a...
Go, Bubba, go!
Pick me! No, pick me! Hey, can I get a...
10-piece chicken McNuggets.
And what sauce would you like with that?
Welcome back to Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy. I'm Ricky Millwood.
And I'm Randy Page.
And we're here with WAGY 107.5. And we're on YouTube also with KTC Broadcasting. And we are here as the East Burke Cavaliers just scored, make the score 22-6 on the Raymond James scoreboard. And they're preparing to kick off. Each one of them have been a squib until that last one. It was a low liner, but it made it back to the back. Running backs who are back to receive, and now he has kicked another short one, and that's going to come up, and it's picked up by number 8, it appears to be, and that is Tristan Carlisle, and he carries the ball all the way out to the 34. Hopefully that's where they're going to mark it, because I see that's where the ball's going.
That's going to be.
They're going to mark it on 35, I
another
believe.
David Norris for District 21st down. I want to remind you again before they get snap off that at halftime we're going to be giving away these 4 tickets to the Haunted Pyramids of Scary Halt in Lawndale. It'll be 4 tickets right after.
It'll be the first caller of the number that we give, right, Coach?
Right, first caller.
So here we go. Trips to the right, split to the left. The Trojans trying to play catch up here with 5:37 remaining in the second quarter of Meet Pablito. Here we go. The ball's handed off inside, and was that Boyce that had the ball? Number 1, Coach?
Can't see it.
I
yes,
couldn't
yes,
tell.
it is
Yes,
Boyce.
it was Boyce. He carried the ball for about 4. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Trojans. Tipton getting a call from the side, and the receivers getting a call from the side. We got trips to the right and split to the left. The ball is more, it's in the middle, but it's more to the left hash as the Trojans moving from our left to right. Here we go. Quarterback drops the ball, and unfortunately, he had to go down on the knee, and then he picked the ball up before he got up off the knee, and he is down for, looks like a, what are they going to do? I don't know what they're doing now, Coach.
I don't know. He should be down on about the 34-yard line.
About the, 35, 34, somewhere about that. So I don't know what they're going to do here.
They're calling for another snap.
I don't see a penalty flag. Looks like they're taking it back and going to redo the play.
Replayed it down?
Well, it's still second down and 6, so here we go. Maybe they hadn't marked it yet. Now it's snapped back to Tipton. He's ready to throw, and he does throw it across to number 3, which it is completed to Bryson McSwain, who carries it all the way inside the 45-yard line of the Cavaliers, all the way down to the
34.
Looks like 44. Yes,
44,
sir.
I'm sorry, yes, sir.
That's good.
That is
I get mixed up, too, on that.
That is another David Norris for district attorney, first down, Coach.
With 4:36 remaining in the Meepo-Toledo second quarter. So we got trips to the right. We're over toward the right hash, but not quite on it. Here we go. Ball's handed off to Boyce, and he cuts back to the right, but then back to the left, and he bulldozes all the way down to the 36-yard line, and that's going to bring up, it looks like a 2nd and 3. Right now is the one to throw to the end zone, Coach.
Right. We also want to make sure that we thank our title sponsors again, Tri-City Outdoor Power and Tri-City Tire.
Yes, sir, for sponsoring the Friday Night Football. So here we go. With Tipton, we still have trips to the right, split to the left. Boyce is on the left side of Tipton right now, but that may change. So, no, he's staying to the left, and Tipton's back to take the snap, shotgun, and he's back, and he's prepared to throw, and he throws it out in the flat, completed to McSwain. Little John. That's Trajan Little John, number 7. So he picked up enough for the first down.
That will be another David Norris for district attorney, first down.
So he's right there at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Now we've got trips to the left and split to the right. Getting the signals. Tipton's up, prepared. Go. And snapped back. He fakes the handoff to Boyce. Boyce blocks, but we're rolling here. We got a flag that's back here in the back, and that ball is completed to number 7 in the end zone, Trajan Littlejohn, for a touchdown, but I'm afraid that one's coming back,
That
Coach.
one's coming back for offensive holding. That's a Carolina Auto Finance penalty, Coach.
That's unfortunate, Coach.
That penalty was thrown before the ball was thrown. So
absolutely. And the player got Littlejohn got the separation, and you could tell he's going to catch this one.
Oh, yeah.
What? They have called holding against East Burke. I think he missed the point, Coach. I don't think he pointed the right direction because they brought the ball all the way back. So here we go. Here we go. We've got the referees discussing this situation because if it's against East Burke, then it's going to actually be a touchdown. So now they've talked about it. Now the head official's coming back out. Holding against the Trojans, unfortunately. So that's going to mark us back 10 yards.
Oh, wait a minute. Going back the other way, 15, personal foul.
Okay. So that's going to bring up now. They're going to replay the play, but it's going to bring up a 1st and 5. That is a David Norris for district attorney, first down. So Trojans here set up in business at the 27-yard line of the Cavaliers from East Burke. And now we've got the signal, split to the right, trips to the left, to back offset to the right, and that's Boyce. And they're rolling to the right, and that's a quick pitch to the right to Boyce, who carries it across the 25-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down, but not quite. That's going to be like a
very
second.
Close, yeah.
Well, they're putting the pin. Nah, he's moving it. 2nd and 1, Coach. A lot is a whole lot closer than 2 yards.
Right.
So 2nd and 1. So as there's still trips to the left, split to the right, Tipton back with shotgun and Boyce to offset to his right.
Well, if you go for the gold right
now
here,
he's moved to the left.
Just make sure don't take a sack.
That's right.
Oh,
here we go. Ball's handed off to Boyce, and he's carried the ball inside the 25-yard line. Looks like maybe down to the 22.
So that will be another David Norris for district attorney first down.
And there we go for the Trojans. They're still on the roll. They need to score right here.
They definitely do.
Be honest with you, I think they need to run some more of that clock off and score, and then get the 2-point conversion and make it 14, and then go in, and they'll actually have to kick off in the second half, but we don't want to give them the ball back right here in this first half. Quarterback throws it out of bounds as he's rolling to his right. That was Tipton. I don't think that was intended really for anybody, Coach. He just threw it close to somebody. And there were a couple of receivers there. He had his whole line rolling with him. Might have been an RPO, but I didn't see much to option to.
I really thought it was the option, but the option man kept going because he didn't fit it to him.
He sure did.
He tried to throw it to him, but.
So here we go. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. We don't need to have those negative plays where we don't pick up anything.
We have a Raymond James financial timeout.
And then we'll be back in 30 seconds with Friday Night Football.
Leave no leaf unturned with the new Husqvarna leaf blower from Hardin Rentals and Sales in Forest City. Now take $50 off the Husqvarna 230i leaf blower, now $269.99, and price includes battery and charger. And trim it up with a Husqvarna 220iL string trimmer, now $50 off, still priced at $279.99. Save too on commercial and residential mowers by Skag and Husqvarna. And they have roll-off dumpsters. Get yours today at Hardin Rentals and Sales, 365 Oak Street in Forest City, online at hardin-rentals.com.
Welcome back to the farm here at Allen Stadium and Chase High School as the Trojans are trailing right now on the Raymond James scoreboard by a score of 6-22 in favor of East Burke Cavaliers. But the Trojans are threatening right now. They're inside the 25-yard line of East Burke with 2:23 remaining in the Meeple-Bledo second quarter. So we're going to have to see what the Trojans got up their sleeve here with actually a 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line. So we have trips to the left, split to the right, back offset to the left, and that's Boyce in. And he's ready to take the snap. Tipton is. He's giving a hard count, and Buddy hands it off. No, he keeps it himself, and he turns it up and runs it. Good read, Coach. That was actually a good read. I mean, he had the receiver wide open, but there was nobody in his green grass.
And all the defenders went for the running back.
Absolutely, they sure did. So that was a good job by Tipton. He keeping the ball. He carried it for about 7. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Trojans here, under 2 minutes remaining in the Meeple-Bledo second quarter. So here we go. We've got trips to the right, split to the left. We're close to the left hash as Tipton's getting the signal inside. And I'd let that clock run as far as I could before I took that snap. And it is snap back. He's prepared to throw, and he throws out to number 7, and it hit him right in the chest. But he had an arm bar across his chest as he was coming down. And, before the ball got there.
That's going to be a Carolina Auto Finance penalty.
And that's be a pass interference there, I believe.
I thought he almost caught it.
He did almost catch the ball. I thought he made a really incredible play. I thought that was going to be one of them one-handers that they pull in, you know.
It hit him in the hands, but he was getting soufflexed the whole time.
Well, he had that his right arm was, pinned up against him, so he couldn't get it up, and then that left hand, I thought, almost pulled it in. So that's going to bring the ball all the way down to the 6-yard line of East Burke, where it's David Norris first down for the Trojans. And that looks like a reverse. He rolls back, but they had to belly back so far, it's handed to number 4, and he just didn't have enough speed to be able to get to the corner.
They had him just as soon as he got the handoff that made him bubble back.
Unfortunately, Coach, they lost all the way back to the 14-yard line. That's going to make it a whole lot tougher because that's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 14. So here we go. Tipton back, trips to the left. He's prepared to throw. He's looking up, and he throws, and is intercepted by number, is that 6 or 8 or 9? I can't tell. Coach? That's number 3.
Number 3.
And that was number 3 for East Burke.
That
Who intercepted the ball?
Kendall Cook.
Kendall Cook on the interception, taking the ball back the other way for the East Burke Cavaliers. That's disappointing, but, Coach, I can see it.
Yeah.
As he was reading the quarterback's eyes as he rolled up, and he kind of zeroed in on that one guy.
Yeah,
and he started rolling across.
Yeah.
He broke on the ball, and, I mean, that was just a good defensive play.
On the return, there is a Carolina Aldo Finance penalty as a block in the back, so that's going to move them back a little bit. I mean, they're probably going to be handing the ball playing safe because they get the ball in the second half, Coach.
They do, and that's all the way back to the 10-yard line. That's their own 10, and it's going to be a first down for East Burke Cavaliers. And with 43.7 seconds remaining in the Meeple-Bledo second quarter, and they're almost set up in a victory type thing, yes. And he takes a knee and hands the ball to the referee, and I don't know if they've got enough time to let that run out. It does now. It does
Well,
now.
we got the break, Coach. I want to remind everybody again, when we come back from break, we're going to be giving the number out to call for the 4 tickets that's worth $30 a piece to the Haunted Pyramids Scary Hunt in Lawndale, South Carolina. We'll give a number to call when we come back, and the first caller will get it. But we're going to do it twice. We're going to do it when we come back. We're going to have the first caller, and then we're going to go to the break during halftime. Then we're going to come back and have another caller. First caller will be also getting 4 tickets.
Well, that is the end of the Meeple-Bledo first half. And the score here is the Cavaliers from East Burke 22 and 6 for the Trojans, the hometown Chase Trojans here on the Raymond James scoreboard. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and we'll be right back with that announcement.
Kohl's Carpet and Flooring since 1989 has been family owned and operated, providing affordable quality flooring. Kohl's has a huge showroom full of colors and styles, including water-resistant luxury plank vinyl and water-resistant laminate flooring. Quality hardwood by Bruce, carpet by Mohawk and Shaw, all price ranges. Flooring that'll look great for years to come. Kohl's offers free quotes and professional installation. 196 Chase I Road, Forest City. Visit Kohl's Carpet and Flooring soon.
All of us have those old VHS tapes that contains precious memories of our families. Why not let Chad Medford of Chad's Video Service preserve those memories by putting those old tapes on DVD or creating a digital file video? Call today at 828-429-5148.
The Haunted Pyramids. The Haunted Pyramids in Lawndale will scare the yell out of you. Professional Hollywood special effects, 5 attractions, and escape room. Now open Friday and Saturday night, 7:30 to midnight through November 1st. Check out Dr. Venom's Snake Pit, Carnival of Terror. Admission is $30 per person, $45 VIP for all 5 attractions. Buy a $5 glow necklace, which signals you are fair game to touch and grab. Check Facebook, The Haunted Pyramids, 2745 Tony Road, Lawndale, North Carolina.
Turn your scrap metal into cash. Visit Allied Metals in Ellenboro. Allied Metals is buying all scrap metal, non-ferrous aluminum cans, and even cars. Allied Metals has a pull-apart area for cars. Give them a call to see if they have the part you need. Check out the small salvage area where items are sold from. Allied Metals buys gold and silver and offers cash for land and homes at top dollar. Very organized and a friendly staff. Turn your scrap into cash at Allied Metals. Check their Facebook page. They're located at 224 Piney Mountain Church Road in Ellenboro.
Celebrating 25 years in Forest City, Alliance Insurance Group has a goal to provide their customers with auto, property, motorcycle, business, health, and recreational insurance coverage that meets their needs at affordable prices. Alliance offers pay in person with a drive-through window or pay online or phone. Alliance is in the business of helping people. You'll save money, plus protect and preserve your financial future. See Alliance Insurance Group soon, located behind the mall, 130 Allendale Drive, Forest City.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated. committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419. Just like great teams are built on smart strategy, so are strong financial futures. At Freedom Financial Management, they help families, individuals, and business owners create winning game plans for retirement planning, investments, wealth building, and college savings. Start your winning financial game plan today. Freedom Financial Management. Play smart, live free. See your local financial advisor, Andrew Tisdale, at 269 North Washington Street in Rutherford. Call 828-980-7101 for Freedom Financial Management.
What's behind the green door in Forest City? It's the most honest, reliable insurance company in town, Green Insurance. See Ryan Green, an independent broker whose first goal is to provide great customer service and save you money, and lots of it. Green Insurance offers Medicare Part C and D, plus supplemental policies from all the top insurance companies. Green Insurance can help with marketplace plans and calculate tax credits based on your income to save you money at the end of the year. See Ryan soon at Green Insurance, 179 West Main Street in Forest City. Look for the green door. Hey, when it's time to start looking for another vehicle, come and experience the difference and selection at Carolina Auto Finance. We're a family-owned and operated business for over 20 years. When you shop with us, you're not just buying a car, you're joining the family. Whether your credit is great, not so great, or you're just getting started, we've got options for you. We'll work with multiple lenders. We offer gap coverage and warranty contracts because buying a vehicle should feel good today and tomorrow. For honest service, affordable options, come see us at Carolina Auto Finance, where the deals are real and the people are even better. Lowe's Boulevard, Forest City.
At Raymond James, we believe in the power of freedom. The freedom to invest in your future, to make choices that align with your goals, and to pursue success with confidence. Experience the freedom to invest, the freedom to make choices, and the freedom to pursue your success with our dedicated team. Contact us today. Raymond James, life well planned.
Call Wilson Septic Service for bad smells or slow drains. They're the company with the most experience keeping systems clean and customers happy since 1962. From septic pumping, inspections, repairs, installs, and holding tank rentals. Wilson Septic Service does it all, fast and affordable. Remember, avoid flushing sanitary pads, flushable wipes, know your tank's location, and never build or plant anything on your tank or drain field. Call 828-245-9387. Wilson Septic Service, #1 in the #2 business.
If you're looking for a great deal on a late model vehicle, come see us at L&L Auto Sales in Ellenboro, where salvage title rebuilds mean serious savings. We specialize in clean, reliable late model rebuilds that look and drive like new for thousands less than retail. Whether it's that SUV you always wanted or that diesel truck, come see what's in stock. Check the Facebook page. Call Alex Ledbetter to see what L&L Auto Sales may have for you. 828-447-0181.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football with our sponsors, Tri-City Outdoor Power and Tri-City Tire. We want to thank them for sponsoring this Friday Night Football. And first thing is we're now doing the homecoming queen, Coach. It's now. I tried to tell you a while ago it was going to be, that was Miss Chase High at the start of the game. But no, that was the homecoming.
Mistake.
So Savannah Smith is Miss Chase High. They have not announced the homecoming queen yet.
They're going through it right now.
And they're doing it right now. So we're here. What were those scores that you had, Coach?
You won't hear me say this very often, but it was my mistake, okay?
We need to write that down. Write that down, Chad.
Write that down. I've got you. Actually, I have just now.
You missed it. Well, East Rutherford was winning, and RS was down by 11.
Yeah, East Rutherford was 21-20.
Yeah, 31-20 was what RS was behind with. Where are they at? Highbrighton. There we go.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And
so you got a little something to take care of here, Coach.
Yes, I do. Now, don't forget. Now, we're fixing to give away 4 tickets to the Haunted Pyramid Scary Haunt in Lawndale, South Carolina. The tickets are worth $30 a piece, so that's $120 worth of tickets. and it has been voted one of the best scary haunted pyramids or houses in North Carolina. So what we need you to do is be the number one caller when I give the number out. Only the first caller is getting. Now, we're going to do this again later on. I'll give you a number later on to call to do this. But right now, we're going to give out, be the number one caller. And after the number one caller, we're going to announce somebody's won it. And everybody quit calling, okay? We've got an operator standing by to take this phone call. Here it is. For the 4 tickets for the Haunted Pyramid Scary Haunt in Lawndale, the number is 828-429-3251. 828-429-3251. First caller only. First caller. Good luck to you. So, Coach, maybe I got that one right. That's on the homecoming course. So, but, you know, we're sitting there watching the ladies come through as far as being announced. The first half was just a situation of some big plays. Like the Chase offense had great passing offense coming down through there. And at the end had some good runs where East Burke was basically pounding on us with a couple big plays at the end of it. It's just there's no way they're out of it. We just got to get things more solidified.
Well, the telltale story, Coach, and we talk about 3 plays.
3 turnovers this half.
3 turnovers.
That's right.
Fumble, 2 interceptions.
Yes, and also run out of downs.
Yes.
That's really 4 in the situation off of that.
And so that's been the telltale thing.
The first time down there, they were in the 10-yard line and got penalized back as far as, you know, making mental mistakes.
Yep, absolutely, and that's what puts them down by 18, right?
That's
my
it.
math right?
That's right. I mean, it's a situation that, you know, get rid of those plays, and we're probably up 6, Coach. Yep. I mean, it's worth looking off of that, but we're going to.
That's bad math, Coach. That's 16.
16. I'm there looking at you. Said that's no way.
Bad math.
6.
I wasn't computing that in my.
I wasn't going to argue with you after I messed the other thing up.
Well, I figured that one out after I got a chance to think about it.
But remember, when we come back after the break, right now don't make any phone calls because they've got the winner already. When you come back from the break, we'll give you another number to call and have another set of winners. But right now, Coach, I guess we're going to sit here and talk to Bob Burse a few minutes. One of the long-time coaches.
Let's take about a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with football here on Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy. I'm Ricky Millwood.
I'm Randy Page.
Listen up, folks. Let me give you some good advice. For home building projects, Henson Building Materials in Forest City is where the pros go for a good reason. Henson's has #1 grade lumber of all kinds, including treated lumber, plywood, tools, roofing, cabinets, windows, and doors. Everything you need for your project, large or small. Delivery same or next day. Take my advice and go to Henson Building Materials. You'll hit the nail on the head. 177 Duke Street, Forest City. Vote David Norris, District Attorney, March 2026. A Rutherford County native, David Norris has 30 years of legal experience with nearly 23 in the District Attorney's Office as an Assistant DA. David has proven his ability to fight and prosecute difficult cases. David Norris is a veteran of 16 years serving in the U.S. Army. If you believe that our criminal justice system needs change, vote David Norris, District Attorney, March 2026, paid for by David Norris for District Attorney.
Looking to refresh your wardrobe and make a difference in your community? Visit the Rutherford County Habitat for Humanity Clothing Center. Discover fantastic deals on clothes, jewelry, luggage, and shoes, all while supporting a great cause. Every purchase helps provide safe, affordable housing for families in need. Shop today and uncover unique finds that make you look good and feel even better. Visit 269 West Main, Forest City, or call 828-299-3118.
Ready for a career change, new skills, or finishing what you started? Now's the perfect time at Isothermal Community College. If you live in Polk or Rutherford County, your education could be free with a Powers Promise or Next NC Scholarship. Explore programs in healthcare, skilled trades, IT, business, and more with little to no cost for qualifying residents. Fast-track options like truck driving and EMS get you working quickly. With flexible schedules, online classes, and strong support, your dream is within reach. Visit isothermal.edu or call today to learn more.
The new hot tubs have arrived at Pool Supplies Unlimited in Ellenboro. There's nothing like sinking into a big hot tub in the cool air of fall and winter. Come check them out today. And coming soon, a big new shipment of turtle boxes. Loud, proud, and waterproof. Remember, Pool Supplies Unlimited does water testing, and they carry all your pool and hot tub chemicals. Check out the new hot tubs today at Pool Supplies Unlimited, 125 East, U.S. Highway 74 Business in Ellenboro. Call 828-453-8081. Like them on Facebook, too.
Ghosts, vampires, werewolves. You know what else is scary? The crazy good deals at your local drop-in store this month. Check out the 222 deli specials. Like a livermush biscuit for breakfast or a hot dog all the way at lunch. Your choice for $2.22 each. And don't forget to grab a Reese's Pumpkin on your way out. So whether you're headed to the pumpkin patch, a fall festival, costume party, the game, or trick-or-treating, the Drop-In has what you need this spooky season. Drop-In Food Stores, your hometown convenience store since 1981.
I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby. Hear that? That's a big old Massey Ferguson getting ready for another day of work. And it could be you. Phil Sheehan at NC Tractor and Farm Supply in Rutherford invites you to head in and take advantage of up to $2,000 off select Massey Ferguson models with a cash payment. Or you can get 0% financing for up to 60 months and ask about rebates from $500 to $2,000 on select Bobcat mowers. Or get 0% financing up to 48 months. NC Tractor and Farm Supply, 299 Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Online at nctractorandfarmsupply.com. Friendly customer service, fast delivery, value, convenience, and easy 1-2-3 financing. It's Kimbrell's Furniture in Forest City, celebrating 110 years of business. And to celebrate, you'll get a free 10-piece elegant bakeware set with any purchase of $5.99 or more. You'll find recliners for $4.49, dining sets $3.99, lift chairs $6.99, 55-inch TVs $5.99, and big Bluetooth speakers for $3.99. Kimbrell's Furniture, 207 East Main Street, Forest City, online at kimbrells.com. No matter if you drive a classic or a brand new car or a so-called stump jumper or a tractor or lawnmower, you can always count on Tri-City Tire on Daniel Road in Forest City to keep you on the road. See them for your next set of tires, and they have the new top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art Hunter tire equipment, and they feature fast, friendly service. So if you're feeling flat, head to Tri-City Tire at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment, located at 221 Daniel Road, Forest City. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 1 on Saturday. Buy a new zero-turn mower at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment in Forest City, and you could win $5,000. Yes, it could be yours. Come in for all the details. The $5,000 will be given away in December, just in time for Christmas. And Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment is proud to announce that they are now a full-service Bobcat dealer. They carry the full line from excavators to skid steers to tractors to mowers and side-by-sides. And the remaining Torwin Spartan mowers are below cost at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment, 221 Daniel Road, Forest City, this year's title sponsor for high school football on Downtown Radio.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football. I'm sorry, Coach.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
We do have a winner for the 4 tickets to the Haunted Pyramids, and that is Mackie Flynn in Forest City. And I told you that we will give it another one out, so we're getting ready to start again. Again, same thing, 4 tickets valued at $30 a piece to the Haunted Pyramids.
But we'll tell you when it's time.
We'll tell you when it's going to.
Give you the number.
Do it in a few minutes, but just take it easy and we'll just listen.
We're looking right now at the preparation for announcing the actual homecoming queen for Chase High School. And we have to say that Trojans, the telltale story is those turnovers that they had and the miscues. Missed a couple of passes, bounced off their hands. Started to run before they so I heard the last name.
Darlene
We need to get it from one of those people that's over there to the right.
Yeah.
So we can tell you who it is.
Joey. What's your first name?
So here we go.
Shantae.
That would be
Okay.
Shondae Bird.
Shondae
is the homecoming queen for 2025. 2025. I didn't need to see. I just needed to hear it. I sure didn't need to see the spelling.
Well,
because I get them wrong sometimes, when I see the spelling.
I do that a
Even
lot.
though I've actually been able to guess at what they were or how you pronounce it, because so many people do it different today. So,
Right.
And that's, it kind of makes it unique for their son or daughter.
So
But,
Miss Chase was Savannah Smith before the game, and the homecoming queen is Shondae Bird.
Shondae Bird.
Congratulations to both the ladies.
Yes, so we want to congratulate both of them, and we're here fixing to get ready to start the second half. East Burke has already come out to warm up, and Trojans are coming out of the field house right now. But we're going to, before we go to a break, Coach, what you got out? What else you got here?
All right, we're going to give away the last 4 tickets again to the first caller.
Don't call yet.
And this number is
anything. This
number is for the first caller is 828-429-3251. The same number. Call it 3251 429-3251. First
Good
caller.
luck.
And we will take a break and come back in a few minutes to
about 3.
Start the rest of the game.
3 minutes. Here we go.
Big game, big appetite. Swing by Mi Pablito for the ultimate victory. From sizzling fajitas to over 100 mouth-watering dishes, we've got you covered no matter your craving. How about fried ice cream, brownies, and funnel cake fries that will score big with your sweet tooth? Come see us at Rutherfordton and Forest City or order ahead at mepubs.com. Stay connected on Facebook and Instagram too at Mi Pablito Mex, because good food is always worth cheering for.
There's a lot of advantage packed into your Ingalls Advantage card. For starters, you get great discounts and advantage pricing throughout the store. You build up fuel points to save big money at the pump. You can link it to a school of your choice to reward them with supplies they need. You get weekly sales alerts on items you buy the most when you sign up for Advantage Mail, and even special perks around the holidays. So get the advantage with your Ingalls Advantage card. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
At Fountain Electric, we believe every home deserves exceptional electrical service. We are trustworthy, reliable, and hassle-free. Integrity and customer focus are the main values that guide us. We aim to build lasting relationships with homeowners based on respect and mutual trust. Fountain Electric, lighting your home, elevating your life. Contact us today.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Unlike football, life doesn't take a timeout, and anything can happen at any time. Unfortunately, anything isn't always a good thing. You need auto and life coverage, and agents. There for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need North Carolina Farm Bureau insurance. Timeout? Not even in our vocabulary.
Rutherford County Farm Bureau is at 153 Reservation Drive, Spindale. Call 828-287-2428.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?
Hi, can I get a ticket in the McDonald's? Ooh, can I get a
Yeah, can I get a
Go, Bubba, go!
Pick me! No, pick me! Hey, can I get a
10-piece chicken McNuggets.
And what sauce would you like with that?
Leave no leaf unturned with the new Husqvarna leaf blower from Hardin Rentals and Sales in Forest City. Now take $50 off the Husqvarna 230i leaf blower, now $269.99, and price includes battery and charger. And trim it up with a Husqvarna 220iL string trimmer, now $50 off, still priced at $279.99. Save $2 on commercial and residential mowers by Skag and Husqvarna. And they have roll-off dumpsters. Get yours today at Hardin Rentals and Sales, 365 Oak Street in Forest City, online at hardin-rentals.com.
Kohl's Carpet and Flooring since 1989 has been family owned and operated, providing affordable quality flooring. Kohl's has a huge showroom full of colors and styles, including water-resistant luxury plank vinyl and water-resistant laminate flooring. Quality hardwood by Bruce, carpet by Mohawk and Shaw, all price ranges. Flooring that'll look great for years to come. Kohl's offers free quotes and professional installation. 196 Chase I Road, Forest City. Visit Kohl's Carpet and Flooring soon.
All of us have those old VHS tapes that contains precious memories of our families. Why not let Chad Medford of Chad's Video Service preserve those memories by putting those old tapes on DVD or creating a digital file video? Call today at 828-429-5148.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy on WAGY 107.5 and KTC Broadcasting. We're getting ready to start the second half of the game. I want to give you right quick, the second winner was Alan White of Cliffside, has the 4 tickets to the Haunted Pyramids. So right now, the score of 22 for East Burke and 6 for the Chase Trojans. Starting the Meeple Ditto third quarter, we have McGinnis back to kick, and let's see if we can get things turned around, Coach.
Yes, sir. I hope they had enough time to make enough adjustments here to be able to slow down that offense of East Burke and get themselves a little bit more opportunity to score themselves. So Trojans moved the ball well, but they've just had those turnovers.
Yep, shooting herself in the foot. Penalties
Absolutely.
or turnovers, yes.
Absolutely. So here we go. And you know, you can't tell because, I mean, Tipton didn't play last week.
Right.
And now he is playing. Sometimes that throws timing off. And the ball is kicked, and it's kicked on a line drive straight to the quarterback, Bennett. And he takes the ball back. He's carrying it across the 40-yard line, but he's tripped up there. I think he tripped over the line.
That white line got him, Coach.
They put more paint on that line right there, so I guess it tripped. Yeah, there wasn't a Trojan that was close to him.
No,
Yeah, I think he tripped over the feet of one of his own players trying to block for him.
It's going to be first down for the Cavaliers on their own 43-yard line.
So here we go, and we'll see what the Trojans have come up with here to stop this offense. And we have split to the left and split to the right on the left hash here. And Bennett takes the handoff, and he hands that ball off to Birkin. And Birkin's all the way out. Looks like about a 9-yard to 10-yard gain. They're going to mark it 9.
They found the gap in there with those little counter plays and stuff, the down angle blocking if you're getting open.
And that's what they're doing. They're doing a little trap.
Yep.
And they're Chase is kind of getting upfield a little bit on that, and it's working for East Burke. So here we go with second and 1 for the Cavaliers from East Burke. They're on the 48-yard line of the Trojans. Ball's handed off to Birkin one more time, and he carries the ball down to nearly the 42-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Cavaliers. So here we go with
if you're used to seeing all this zone blocking hit up, then all of a sudden you're getting this angle blocking on you, trap blocking. It makes it tough. But you should be ready for it, Coach. You should be ready for it.
I know, Coach, but this is something I've preached a whole long time, especially when I was in South Carolina. They say, if you'll do this right here, they won't be expecting.
Right.
And here we go. They're set up again, 4-man front for the Trojans. And the ball's faked, and it's kept by Bennett. And he goes to the left. He faked it to the right, and he carries it for another first down all the way down to the 26-yard line. Maybe the 27 where they're going to mark it. And that will be, yes, the 20. Well, they're actually moving it back, I think, to the 28. 28-yard line. His knee must have gone down there, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. They're not doing anything different.
Nope, same thing.
Nothing that they did. This time they have a slot to the right, H-back to the left, but the tight end and the H-back now move over to the right side. Ball's handed off to Birkin, and he's off to the races all the way inside the 15, all the way down to the 10.
With that, trade look with the tight end and the wing back. It's getting.
It's an overload.
They're outflanking Chase too,
and nobody's moving.
Not adjusting to
they
it.
Need to be. They need to be shifting one unit over when they do that because everything is outflanked, and they get the down block, and then they can just roll in.
Right. Oh, they're getting 5 yards just before anybody gets near them.
Yes, sir. H-back sitting up right behind the guard. His hand off to Burke again. He's hit about the 5. No, I'm sorry, about the 10. And then he carries it down to approximately the 6-yard line, which is now going to be a
second and goal.
Yeah, second and goal.
We really need to be able to bow our backs right here and stop this for at least a 3-pointer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It can get hard. It can get hard after this if they score a touchdown. Quarterback keeps it, and he runs up inside, and he does run it into the end zone. That is Carter Bennett for the touchdown.
It'll be a fountain electric touchdown.
And that's going to push the score on the Raymond James scoreboard to 28 for the Cavaliers of East Burke and 6 for the Trojans. Now I can do that, Coach. That's 22 points that they're ahead. It didn't have that opposite of flipping over. I'm sorry. I just sometimes draw blanks, Coach.
They are lining up for
lining
two
up
again.
for 2 point. I just don't think they have a kicker at all. So, and the quarterback keeps, and he takes it about the same spot, and he fights and spins and gets in the end zone, and that's going to make it 30 now in favor of the Cavaliers from East Burke, and that would be 6 for the Trojans. And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
That was a Jamie Dunn for sure, 2-point conversion.
And that will be 9:02 remaining in the Meade Polito third quarter.
The Haunted Pyramids. The Haunted Pyramids in Lawndale will scare the yell out of you. Professional Hollywood special effects, 5 attractions, and escape room. Now open Friday and Saturday night, 7:30 to midnight through November 1st. Check out Dr. Venom's Snake Pit, Carnival of Terror. Admission is $30 per person, $45 VIP for all 5 attractions. Buy a $5 glow necklace, which signals you are fair game to touch and grab. Check Facebook, The Haunted Pyramids, 2745 Tony Road, Lawndale, North Carolina.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy here at Allen Stadium, Chase High School. And it's the farm, but Trojans are deep in a hole, Coach. They're down as they're preparing for number 10, Leland Pyatt, to kick off for the Cavaliers of East Burke. And we have back deep, it looks like Boyce on one side, and no, it isn't Boyce. But the ball was kicked very, very short, but it's picked up, and he's going backwards. I hope he just holds on to it.
That's Wingo.
There we go. And he is down there at the 26. Coach, he probably lost about 10 yards.
At least 10 yards, yes.
Yeah. If he would have just kept it and ran forward and got tackled, I think he's trying to make a play, but sometimes you can try to make too much happen.
Especially if you give up too much.
Absolutely.
Grounding, yeah.
But that is going to be a David Norris for district attorney first down for the Trojans, starting at their own 26-yard line. We have trips to the right, split to the left. Tipton's getting the signal. He has Boyce in the game, who is to his right. Shotgun snap, hand off to Boyce up the middle. He runs into the middle linebacker and runs right over him all the way up to the 30-yard line. So that's going to bring up a second, that's a gain of 4, bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Trojans. We've still got the same look there with the trips to the right and split to the left. Single back, shotgun formation. Backs all set to the right of the quarterback. And then back to Tipton. He prepares to throw, and he does throw the ball out complete to number 0, and he's hit immediately. They're about the 39-yard line, but they're going to mark it back at the 38 because he continued to try to run.
I thought this was going to mark it.
He probably stepped out of bounds right there, too. But I thought they were going to give him, his forward progress.
But that will be a David Norris for district attorney first down.
Absolutely. And we do have trips out to the right. and back to the left. Here we go, handed off to Boyce, and he's going around the right side. He's got some running room across the 50-yard line all the way down. It appears to be like the 47-yard line, and that's going to be
another David Norris for district attorney, first down.
And the Trojans are on the move here. They've had this same success throughout the first half. They just couldn't put it in the end zone because they turned it over too many times. I'm not trying to jinx them. I just want to see them keep going and doing something positive. Now, he tried the same play back to the left there with Boyce, but he got hit immediately, and depending on where they mark it with the forward progress.
Should be about the 48, Coach. I don't know where they're going to mark it at.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't look like they're going to mark it at the 48.
47.
The 47. So they had a 1 yard discrepancy there. So that's going to be.
Take it down to about
17 yards.
17, yes.
So it's going to be 2nd and 17 for the Trojans. Big play here. You need to try to pick up half of it. Here we go. Tipton's back prepared to throw, and he throws the ball deep, but I don't know who he's throwing it to because his receiver broke off, and that was number 3, Bryson McSwain. Broke to the inside going across the middle, but he threw it long like he was going to run a fly route. So, what'd you run right here, Coach?
Well, you 3rd and 7. Like I said, you need to get past the 45-yard line the other side at least.
I'm thinking a screen in the middle right here might be a
little bubble screen might be good.
Yeah, but you don't want to throw it out too far out wide, I don't think. He rolls to his right, and he's preparing to throw, and he does throw, and he completes it to number 3.
He started trying to toss that
ball,
Coach.
He did start to try, but he's going to toss it forward is the bad thing about it, and that was completed to Bryce McSwain. They've got another down, so, I mean, I think they're in 4-down territory for the Trojans here, and that's going to be here with looks like it's going to be 2. 4th and 2 for the Trojans. And that might look like a long 2.
It is.
But I think they can do that.
Oh, yes.
But I think they need to stay away from these 3 receiver side because they got more players over there. Barrett Tipton's back. He's preparing to throw, and he does throw it out to Boyce in the flat. And Boyce is running down the sidelines inside the 30-yard line all the way down to the 27, and that's going to be
another David Norris for district attorney, first down.
And the Trojans are on the move. Yeah, they need to probably go 4 downs just about wherever they're at now.
Yes.
Unless it's like 4th and 20 or something.
Or back on your own 20 coming out or something like that.
So here we go. First and 10 for the Trojans.
Double slots.
We got a double slot. And ball's back to Tipton. He's prepared to throw. And he throws it out to a flag pattern out to the side. And it's just a little bit far overthrown.
John. Yeah, I think there's problem there because when Trojan turned outside, he slowed down a little bit.
He did, and that probably made the difference. He ran a good route.
He did.
And that would have been 6 points if he could have pulled that one in, but he did slow down when he turned out.
He was angling for the front pile line.
Well,
the quarterback's thrown to the back pile line.
You know, and I've coached receivers, and I told him I had no business coaching receivers, but I told him when you make that plant, you got to sprint out of that thing. Here we go. We got Tipton with the ball again, and he's rolling to his left.
Okay.
And he's tackled out of bounds, and like way out of bounds. I do not understand why there was not a flag thrown about that. There is a flag on the play.
It is a Carolina Auto Finance penalty. It's holding against Trojans.
Yes, sir, but that should have been an unnecessary roughness out of bounds because that boy tackled him and hung on to him and threw him down past the tarp that they have here on the sideline. Yeah, there's no sense in that.
That's going to be second down.
Should have been offset. Should have been offsetting penalties.
Right. Like he injured his elbow a little bit. He's trying to shake it out.
So that's bringing up a second, and it looks like 20 for the Trojans. It's like I said, turnovers and penalties and drop passes have been the story tonight for Trojans. Ball's handed off to Boyce. He bounces to the left, and he's off to running, but If he would have turned inside of number 4 on that, he
there's the penalty for late hits.
They had to throw that one because the other one was so bad. But, if he would have turned back, he might have had a chance to score.
Probably did. There's nobody the safety's on the other side of the corner. That's going to be a Carolina Auto Finance penalty. That should bring the ball up to about the 15,
well, that's actually going to be a what? It's going to be automatic. That's right. David Norris.
Right. I'm sorry, Coach.
For district attorney.
We've not got
first
there
down.
yet, though.
Well, he's getting there.
He's getting there.
That's an automatic with a personal foul.
From the 24 should be to 12-yard line.
Let's see what happens.
So, Coach, now it is a David Norris for district attorney first down.
But it's on the 13-yard line. They shorted you
They
one.
didn't count right.
So here we go. Trojans moved all the way down into the red zone, and they are preparing, hopefully, to go in the end zone. We got a slot left, slot right. Boyce is to the left of Tipton, and the ball's back. Tipton prepared to throw, and he throws a little screen, but they had to throw it short because he had the linebacker there, number 40 for the Cavaliers, Daniel Cook, who made the charge.
Coach, if you'd thrown it to him, number 50 is right there going to make the hit too. So it was just a good play for East Burke, actually.
Yes, sir. So we've got actually 2 Cooks on the field for East Burke, but Daniel Cook is their leading tackler by far. So he's the aggressive player for them on their team. So here we go. Back to Tipton. He's going to throw, and he throws a little screen to the middle. And if he could have got those linemen to block somebody right there, they didn't have a 2, he could have scored.
Right.
But he gets tackled right about for a 1-yard loss there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. They can still get a first down. They can still get a first down without scoring.
Hey,
but
they're sending off the corners on.
We should have got some blocking right
he's
there.
He's going to get out of the pocket somehow.
I almost felt like that the linemen were looking back to see if he caught the ball.
Right.
Here we go, and as he gets across the
inside,
inside, that ball is tipped, and then it's intercepted by number 3 for the Cavaliers.
That is Kendall Cook.
And that is Kendall Cook. So that, unfortunately, is the same story we saw in the first half.
Right. Just mistakes, which is, like I said, turnovers on this situation. Penalties almost cost them again, but they overcame the penalties and just making little mistakes here and there.
Well, that one right there, I mean, it was a little high pass, but it got tipped, and then the old tip drill came into play. Cook made a good play on the ball and brought it all the way out to the 29-yard line of the Cavaliers, and they take over 1st and 10. They have a wing to the left, double split. Ball snapped back, hit fake to
counter trade.
Birkin, and that is Bennett, who keeps the ball up inside, and he carries it all the way out to the 35-yard line, which looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 4 with a gain of 6. So here we go with 2nd down. Trojans need a turnover themselves. They need to create one here.
Correct. Yeah.
And they've had chances. They had a chance for pick 6. They had a chance to pick up a fumble one time, and it's just not – the ball's not bounced their way.
That's a pointed ball. It bounces in weird directions.
It sure does. Double split, wing to the right, hand it off now to Burkham, and he takes it to the right, and he gets out close to the 37. I think that's where they're going to spot it.
Third down,
and that's going to bring
2.
up 3rd and 2. You're right.
Sorry about that, Coach. Didn't mean to cut
That's
you off.
all. No, you're fine, Coach. Well, we want to thank Chad Medford, and if you want to get some wedding videography, you need to call Chad. And if you've got some VHS tapes and DVD video or even 8mm, he'll do that at 828-429-5148. Ball snapped back, handed off to Burkham. He takes it to the left, and he carries it outside the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Cavaliers from East Burke.
It's bouncing off of him, Coach. We're hitting him and just not.
Well, that young man carries the ball hard.
He does. That's real hard. And again, while we're waiting for the ball to be snapped, we do want to thank our title sponsors, Tri-City Outdoor Power and Tri-City Tire. Also remember, we're on YouTube at WHUY Radio Far City, all one word. Look us up, and it'll be on Facebook all week, or it's not on Facebook, on YouTube. Be on YouTube for
we had
at
a
least
trade
a week.
there, Coach. They traded over here to the tight end and the wing
That's
to the
gonna be
right, and that's
outside.
going to
Yep,
be kept
that's
to
it.
the outside because they have them outflanked.
They do.
And, actually, I wish I could turn the radio down on the sideline so I could tell them that they need, when they see that shift, they need to shift one unit to the left, and that way they won't be outflanked. So here we go.
Outflanked by two people. Be honest with you.
You got it.
Not just one.
Yeah, I mean it's bad that they're outmanned to the outside. All they have to do is just seal them. They don't even have to knock them down. They just seal them and let them run. But that brings up a first down at the 50-yard line for East Burke.
Counter
Now
tray.
they hand the ball back on the counter tray back to the right, and he's bouncing and rolling and tumbling all the way inside the 45-yard line. I got a feeling they'll mark it on the 45. When it's close, sometimes they mark it on that line. So that's going to take it to 2nd and 5 for the Cavaliers from East Burke.
All right, Coach, we do have a halftime score from High Brighton 31, RS 20.
Yes, sir. Thomas Jefferson, I saw one on them, and it was their game is probably over. It was 42-0 at the time, and I got to imagine since the game probably is over, it was running clock. But quarterback keeps it Bennett to the left, and he carries it all the way inside the 40-yard line, and they standing on the 40, but that's going to be enough for a first down for East Burke. It's kind of leaving me without something to say, Coach.
Yeah,
I was really thinking that the Trojans had a real big opportunity to win this ball game.
Yeah, me too. It's just
and the ball's kept by that ball is kept by Bennett, but he's met immediately by number 6, and that is Wingo. Comes up, big hit on defense. So here we go with a 2nd and 10. That was a 5-yard loss, and that's going to be
a David Norris for district attorney first down.
No.
I'm sorry.
That is a Raymond James financial timeout.
Sorry, Coach.
Okay?
I am looking at scores.
And that is actually the end of the Meepo-Bledo third quarter, and we'll be back in 30 seconds with football Friday night.
Sorry about that.
Turn your scrap metal into cash. Visit Allied Metals in Ellenboro. Allied Metals is buying all scrap metal, non-ferrous aluminum cans, and even cars. Allied Metals has a pull-apart area for cars. Give them a call to see if they have the part you need. Check out the small salvage area where items are sold from. Allied Metals buys gold and silver and offers cash for land and homes at top dollar. Very organized and a friendly staff. Turn your scrap into cash at Allied Metals. Check their Facebook page. They're located at 224 Piney Mountain Church Road in Ellenboro.
Don't have it.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. That's the Meepo-Bledo fourth quarter here as the Trojans from Chase High School here are trailing by a score of 30-6 on the Raymond James scoreboard. East Burke is moving the ball. They're down to the 40-yard line for the Trojans with 2nd and 10. And double split, fake. Quarterback keeps it to the right. He runs up inside across the 40-yard line and gets up maybe to the 37. And I think they're going to mark it at the 38 as far as he got. Yeah, so that's going to be
3rd and 8. I'm sorry, Coach.
Gain of 2. Yeah.
The score right now we've got in fourth quarter, East Rutherford 29, Patton is 0. RS Central's 20. High Brighton 31 in the third quarter. Still don't have any score on Thomas Jefferson.
Like I said, when I saw it, it was 42-0 in the fourth quarter.
Thomas Jefferson?
Yes, and they were getting beat. And that is definitely going to be offsides because he's about 3 yards deep in the backfield for the Trojans, and that's going to bring it 5 yards closer.
But he didn't mean to, Coach.
I know he didn't mean to, but, it's that kind of thing. Tonight's been the story for the Trojans.
Right.
One mistake after another. And
instead of third and long,
those are
third
the
and
little
short.
things. Those are the little things that we always have talked about that make the difference in ball games. And it's about ball security, making sure you don't telegraph your pass. The ball's handed off to Burke, and he carries the ball inside the 30-yard line, about to the 28 soon, and that's going to bring up a first down for East Burke Cavaliers. The important part is right now they're eating the clock up, Coach.
Right, yeah.
They have not thrown the ball a whole lot tonight, but they have completed some big passes.
That's true.
When they have thrown it.
But it's the select times. It's not when you have
It
to.
is. It is.
And, a lot of people think, well, third and long, you got to throw it. Well, they've been running
Like
the counter.
right now is a good time to throw it.
Right.
First down, you've been getting yardage, and you're on the 28-yard line going in. Here we go. Two-back set. Ball's handed off now. It's handed off. I think that was to number 8 or maybe 6. Can you get that number, Coach?
There again, it looks like it's 8.
It is a Clayton Holcomb. He carried the ball, it looked like, for maybe it looks like we got some laundry on the field.
On there. So that's going to be a Carolina Auto Finance penalty.
Illegal shift.
Oh, got another penalty over here somewhere.
I think they called something a sideline warning on Chase. Exactly what it was. And so here we go. We got a 1st and 15 for the Cavaliers. Got a slot to the right, wing to the right, and back to the left. Bennett prepared to take the shotgun snap. He's letting the clock run. And he takes it, and he hands off to Burkham. And he carries the ball up to about the 30-yard line. And that's going to bring up a second down now, and it looks like 13. Gain of 2. What does Chase got to do to win this ball game, Coach?
Well, you got to have to stop right here to start off with.
We got to have some big plays that turn into touchdowns.
And they're capable of doing it, Coach.
Yes, sir, they
Without
are.
a question, they're capable of doing
They are.
this.
I mean, they had that one that they got down there, and it's called back because of holding. And that was probably about a 50-yard play. So East Burke is allowing the clock to run down here, and they're trying to burn up as much clock as they possibly can. Ball's handed Burkham to the left, and he's bulldozing forward, but he gets not to the 25-yard line. It looks like it might be the 26 is where they're going to mark it at. And that looks like it's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Now let's see if they'll do the tight end trade.
Well, that's exactly what I'd call.
It's been
especially if
good
they're not
about 12
shifting.
plays every time, 12 yards
If
every
they're
time.
not shifting, I sure would do it. Well, they're set up for it. Right now, split to the right, split to the left, wing to the left.
They got it covered there now.
Yeah, but when they trade, they don't all shift over. And we're still holding it. Still holding it. And that's going to be
a Raymond James Financial timeout.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds with Friday Night Football with Rick and Randy on 107.5 FM WAGY.
I was out of it. And that's a one.
There's a lot of advantage packed into your Ingalls Advantage card. For starters, you get great discounts and advantage pricing throughout the store. You build up fuel points to save big money at the pump. You can link it to a school of your choice to reward them with supplies they need. You get weekly sales alerts on items you buy the most when you sign up for Advantage Mail, and even special perks around the holidays. So get the Advantage with your Ingalls Advantage card. Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
We're back here at Chase High School at Allen Stadium on the farm, and the score on the Raymond James scoreboard is East Burke Cavaliers 30 and Chase High Trojans 6 with 8:12 remaining in the Meeper-Polito fourth quarter. Things are not looking good for the hometown Trojans right now, but hopefully something can happen and we can get a big play and get this ball turned over. They do have a trade over to the right, and the ball is run to the right. Now, they did bring one guy over, but he did not pick up the first down. That was a 3rd and 9. But that's going to bring a ball within striking distance on a 4th down play. Looks like maybe a long one or a short 2, 4th and 2. So we'll have to see what Coach Cogdell calls right here and get the opportunity for him to run the clock down and be able to pick up this first down, because that would be bad news for the Trojans.
Yeah, they're going to run it. They can run it down right at 7
well,
minutes.
Well, in the way we're playing off with that safety, I mean, yeah, he ran it and he picked up the first down. Ran like he faked it to 32, Burkham, and he handed off, what was that, to number 8?
Yes. And
he handed off to 8.
Holcomb.
And that was Holcomb?
Yes.
Okay, so he carried the ball for the first down for the Cavaliers. And I was afraid they were going to throw that little hot screen out here because the safety was so far off of that man. There was no way he could have covered that ground for just a 2-yard gain. Or less than a 2-yard gain is what you'd need to do in that situation. So we got a slot to the left, and we got a H-back to the left. Back to the right, and he hands off to Burkham, and he carries the ball all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Tell you what, though, but Chase met him with about a half-yard gain. But then they kind of bounced off of him.
And the thing is, it seems like the push from Chase, once they hit him, it stops.
Yes.
But he keeps going. He keeps his legs churning. And that's the same way they need to tackle him with. It was that aggressiveness and run their legs when they make contact.
It seemed like they're trying to just knock him down on contact.
I remember that old drill when we used to have where you stood the dummy up and stood the dummy's back, and you had the running back stand there holding the ball, and the guys had to run through him and propel him backwards.
Right.
It just teaches you to follow through with your tackles and shoot them 6-shooters around them. So, as we used to call it, ball's handed off to Burkham around the right side, and they had to flank. He carries that all the way to the end zone for another touchdown.
That will be another Fountain Electric touchdown.
That adds 6 more points to the scoreboard. That's the Raymond James scoreboard. We have 5:46 remaining in the Meeper-Polito fourth quarter. So, right now, if they had a kicker, I think they would be using.
Right.
But I don't think they have one.
I don't think so either.
I think they have that young man that can get the ball across 10 yards and down the field, on the kickoff. So here we go, and it handed off to Burkham around the right side, and he never gets tackled. He's in the end zone.
That'll be a Jamie Dunn for sure, 2-point conversion.
That brings the Raymond James scoreboard 38 for the East Burke Cavaliers and 6 for our hometown Trojans. We'll be with 5:46 remaining in the Meeper-Polito fourth quarter. We'll be right back in 30 seconds with Friday Night Football.
Celebrating 25 years in Forest City, Alliance Insurance Group has a goal to provide their customers with auto, property, motorcycle, business, health, and recreational insurance coverage that meets their needs at affordable prices. Alliance offers pay in person with a drive-through window or pay online or phone. Alliance is in the business of helping people. You'll save money, plus protect and preserve your financial future. See Alliance Insurance Group soon, located behind the mall, 130 Allendale Drive, Forest City.
We might be on there right now, Coach. If we are, we're here at 5:46 remaining, and we have East Burke lined up here, and that is still number 10, and that is Leland Pyatt kicking off for the Cavaliers. He's on his own 40-yard line preparing to kick the ball. And it is a little pooch kick, and that ball is caught by number 9 for the Trojans, who is Jaden Horton. And he takes the ball all the way out to the 35-yard line of the Trojans, where the Trojans will take over 1st and 10.
That is a David Norris for district attorney first down.
Wake up, Coach. So here we go.
I haven't been told back on the air yet.
Trojans need to be. Well, I don't think we ever left that here,
I don't
Coach.
either.
So here we go with the Trojans here with a bunch set over to the right with 3 receivers. We have a split to the left, but they have 2 receivers out there. So here we go.
Yes.
That's Wingo to the right, and Wingo's carrying it down the right sideline, and that young man is on a streak, and he gets hit and pushed out about the 10-yard line. And that's going to be a first down. That's a David Norris for district attorney, first down for the Trojans. So here we go.
First down.
All right. I don't know what they're walking around and looking at right now, but I don't know what they're trying to figure out. But Wingo took it. He took it from Tipton, and he sprinted around the right side and took it around just like a wide sweep, and he carried it all the way down to the 10-yard line of East Burke. So here we go.
Yes.
And we have Tipton back with Wingo back to run. So here we go. And they have actually called a penalty, and that would be
a Carolina Auto Finance penalty.
Yes, sir. And that moved the ball down to the 5-yard line. And where the Trojans have a 1st and goal. Ball's handed off to Wingo, and he takes it around the same side and slips right inside the goal line, inside the pylon for a touchdown.
Is a Fountain Electric touchdown.
And that's adding 6 more points for the Trojans here on the Raymond James scoreboard. Brings the score 38-12 for the Trojans. I assume they're going to go for 2. They need to go for 2 every time they can. So here we go. We have twins to the right, twins to the left. Or actually, it's turning into a slot. Okay. And Wingo is all set to the left. Gibson's looking to get the call. And he's ready and set and moves Wingo over to the right. And then he takes and he rolls to his right, prepared to throw, and he does throw, but it's incomplete.
Got a penalty, Coach. That is going to be a Carolina Auto Finance penalty. A little bit of
pass interference there. You're right. That would be my assumption on this. That'll be half the distance. They changed the whole play call now.
We do it.
Welcome back. We have the Trojans have scored and made the score 38-14 on the Raymond James scoreboard in favor of the East Burke Cavaliers. I almost would have thought we'd have done an onside kick right there, Coach, because they need the ball as often as they can.
Right.
They don't need to turn it over, and they sure don't need to have happen right now what is happening. That was caught by number 8, Clayton Holcomb, who carried the ball all the way back to the 47 or 48-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark it at the 49, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Clock's their enemy right now with 4:45 remaining in the Meeple-Bledo fourth quarter with down 38-14. Doesn't look very promising right now, but you never know, Coach.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 or 3 plays, you got to play them one play at a time.
Right.
When you're in a situation like this, you have to play one play at a time.
We need a turnover. That's what we
That's
need.
exactly right, and they don't need to be tackling the ball. They need to be putting their nose on the ball.
Right.
And poking the ball.
They have the 6-yard pickup right there, so they're going to burn another.
But they're going to have to stop
40
them. That's what they're going to have
seconds,
to do. And they're getting gashes and gashes of yardage every time that they run the ball, it seems like. They only stop them maybe once, out of 4 plays. And so they're taking their sweet time. Right now, East Burke is. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. That was a gain of 6. So that's quarterback Bennett back, ready to take the shotgun snap. And he takes the snap and hands it off to Burkham around the right side. And he's taken down for maybe about a yard gain. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, but every time they do it, another 35 seconds goes off of that clock.
That's the bad part about it.
But actually, East Burke is snapping the ball with about 20 seconds to go on the clock.
Well, I think they'll let that one get down to 5 right there. And we're talking about the clock down here, Coach, the play clock.
That's what I'm looking at, play clock,
yeah. I'm looking at that 15 right now. He's watching that, and he's letting it get down to about 5, and then he starts he claps his hands to snap. So they're waiting, and he got down, and they snapped it on 5. And he's hit again, Burkham. But that's the thing is they hit him, and he surges forward with that hard flow. And but that still brings up a 4th and a 3 for the Cavaliers. Interesting to see what they call right now. Do you punt it? Do they have a punter?
I don't know.
Not so sure.
They didn't have one listed.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that they're lined up to go offense, and they're on the Chase 44-yard line.
Sweep it this way, Coach.
So they've got people out there this time, but they got to come hard if they sweep to this side. And that would be to our left here on the field. They're looking, and they let it clock down.
Okay,
they just called a timeout.
Raymond James Financial timeout. We'll be
back 30 seconds.
Serving the foothills for over 100 years, S&C Fuel Delivery, formerly Lutz Petroleum, is your reliable source for delivery of diesel, gasoline, propane, lubricants, and heating oil, straight to your tank. Pumps are open to the public for fill-up. Delivery available in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. S&C Fuel is locally family-owned and veteran-operated, committed to keeping our community running, trusted by homeowners, farms, and businesses. Office located on Oakland Road in Spindale. Schedule your next delivery with S&C Fuel at 828-286-3419.
I should have brought that whole thing I brought. Welcome back to Chase High School here at Allen Stadium on the farm. And the Trojans are behind right now by a score of 38-14 with 2:23 remaining in the Meeple-Bledo fourth quarter. We got a very important 4th down coming up for East Burke, and they have sent in their punter. And it's like 4th and less than a yard. So they're going to punt away. As they prepare to, they faked a lot of things today and pull some tricks. So here we go as they're back with the punter. And what we need is a run back.
There's
ball
fake.
Short snapped, and it's carried up across inside the 40-yard line. I had a feeling that was coming, Coach.
Yeah.
And so
That was Burke.
That was Burkham, who was the up back, and he carried the ball down to the 37-yard line, which that will be 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Unless Chase calls some timeouts, they may can run this thing out here if they get one more first down, Coach.
Right. Yeah.
So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of the Trojans. And we have a snap back to Bennett, and he's going to prepare to throw, and he throws deep to number 8, who was wide open, but he actually threw it way over his head. Incomplete pass. I don't know, Coach. I'm wondering, is Coach trying to send a signal or something? I don't know.
I don't know. It's. I mean, normally you just.
That's an incomplete pass. Why is that clock running? I don't know.
It's not.
I mean, that was a whole lot of time it ticked off. That we should go back and put back on the scoreboard. That shouldn't play in their favor.
That was over 30-something.
Yeah, it sure was.
East Burke has a timeout, so that's going to be a Raymond James financial timeout.
And the Raymond James scoreboard is still 38 for East Burke and 14 for Chase. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with football, Friday Night Football with WAGY 107.5 and KTC Broadcasting with Rick and Randy.
Just like great teams are built on smart strategy, so are strong financial futures. At Freedom Financial Management, they help families, individuals, and business owners create winning game plans for retirement planning, investments, wealth building, and college savings. Start your winning financial game plan today. Freedom Financial Management. Play smart, live free. See your local financial advisor, Andrew Tisdale, at 269 North Washington Street in Rutherford. Call 828-980-7101 for Freedom Financial Management.
Welcome back to Chase High School here as the Trojans are facing they're trailing 38-14 on the Raymond James scoreboard, and the Cavaliers are on the move. It was 2nd and 10, and they handed it off to Burkham, who took it to the right as the Cavaliers are moving from our right to the left toward the scoreboard, and that he slipped as he got the ball, Coach.
That white line got him again.
Sure did. He fell down. That's going to no gain. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Cavaliers. So
the clock's running, but the play clock's not running.
I don't know, but there's some strange things happening.
They're going victory formation now.
And they're in victory formation to be able to take a knee. But I wouldn't count on that because after he threw that deep ball a while ago. I don't know, Coach. So here we go, taking back, and he kneels down. And, folks,
that'll do it.
It appears that's going to do it, and that's going to bring another loss for the Trojans here on homecoming. That's hard to take sometimes on homecoming because you think you have a really good chance on homecoming night to bring it all home for the Trojans. But they have shown class, and we were going to be back in just about 3 minutes, and we will name the player of the game, and that will be the farm. I'm sorry.
McDonald's.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That was the Ingalls Markets and Stanton Enterprises McDonald's player of the game. We forgot to mention the Farm Bureau of Rutherford County halftime show because we had that ticket thing going on.
Right.
And we apologize for that. But we'll be back in 3 minutes as East Burke has defeated the Trojans by a score of 38-14. Be back with WAGY 107.5 and KTC Broadcasting with Rick and Randy.
What's behind the green door in Forest City? It's the most honest, reliable insurance company in town, Green Insurance. See Ryan Green, an independent broker whose first goal is to provide great customer service and save you money, and lots of it. Green Insurance offers Medicare Part C and D, plus supplemental policies from all the top insurance companies. Green Insurance can help with marketplace plans and calculate tax credits based on your income to save you money at the end of the year. See Ryan soon at Green Insurance, 179 West Main Street in Forest City. Look for the green door. Hey, when it's time to start looking for another vehicle, come and experience the difference and selection at Carolina Auto Finance. We're a family-owned and operated business for over 20 years. When you shop with us, you're not just buying a car, you're joining the family. Whether your credit is great, not so great, or you're just getting started, we've got options for you. We'll work with multiple lenders. We offer gap coverage and warranty contracts because buying a vehicle should feel good today and tomorrow. For honest service, affordable options, come see us at Carolina Auto Finance, where the deals are real and the people are even better. Lowe's Boulevard, Forest City.
At Raymond James, we believe in the power of freedom. The freedom to invest in your future, to make choices that align with your goals, and to pursue success with confidence. Experience the freedom to invest, the freedom to make choices, and the freedom to pursue your success with our dedicated team. Contact us today. Raymond James, life well planned.
Call Wilson Septic Service for bad smells or slow drains. They're the company with the most experience keeping systems clean and customers happy since 1962. From septic pumping, inspections, repairs, installs, and holding tank rentals, Wilson Septic Service does it all, fast and affordable. Remember, avoid flushing sanitary pads, flushable wipes, know your tank's location, and never build or plant anything on your tank or drain field. Call 828-245-9387. Wilson Septic Service, number 1 in the number 2 business.
If you're looking for a great deal on a late model vehicle, come see us at L&L Auto Sales in Ellenboro, where salvage title rebuilds mean serious savings. We specialize in clean, reliable late model rebuilds that look and drive like new for thousands less than retail. Whether it's that SUV you always wanted or that diesel truck, come see what's in stock. Check the Facebook page. Call Alex Ledbetter to see what L&L Auto Sales may have for you. 828-447-0181. Listen up, folks. Let me give you some good advice. For home building projects, Henson Building Materials in Forest City is where the pros go for a good reason. Henson's has #1 grade lumber of all kinds, including treated lumber, plywood, tools, roofing, cabinets, windows, and doors. Everything you need for your project, large or small. Delivery same or next day. Take my advice and go to Henson Building Materials. You'll hit the nail on the head. 177 Duke Street, Forest City. Vote David Norris, District Attorney, March 2026. A Rutherford County native, David Norris has 30 years of legal experience with nearly 23 in the District Attorney's Office as an Assistant DA. David has proven his ability to fight and prosecute difficult cases. David Norris is a veteran of 16 years serving in the U.S. Army. If you believe that our criminal justice system needs change, vote David Norris, District Attorney, March 2026, paid for by David Norris for District Attorney.
Looking to refresh your wardrobe and make a difference in your community? Visit the Rutherford County Habitat for Humanity Clothing Center. Discover fantastic deals on clothes, jewelry, luggage, and shoes, all while supporting a great cause. Every purchase helps provide safe, affordable housing for families in need. Shop today and uncover unique finds that make you look good and feel even better. Visit 269 West Main, Forest City, or call 828-299-3118.
Ready for a career change, new skills, or finishing what you started? Now's the perfect time at Isothermal Community College. If you live in Polk or Rutherford County, your education could be free with a Powers Promise or Next NC Scholarship. Explore programs in healthcare, skilled trades, IT, business, and more with little to no cost for qualifying residents. Fast-track options like truck driving and EMS get you working quickly. With flexible schedules, online classes, and strong support, your dream is within reach. Visit isothermal.edu or call today to learn more.
Welcome back to the farm here at Allen Stadium, here at homecoming for the Chase High Trojans. And we want to thank Friday Night Football sponsor Tri-City Outdoor Power and Tri-City Tire for sponsoring this game. We also have beat our heads together here to come up with a player of the game. And we'll announce that in just a few minutes, but we're going to also apologize again for not announcing the Farm Bureau of Rutherford County halftime show. And we had a good one. It was we announced the homecoming queen, and we had a lot of information that went on there about how the first half go. But, Coach, it seems like the story of the first half was the story of the second half.
Exactly.
Turnovers, couldn't stop the run, and then when they did complete some passes that were short, the runners took it for long-distance gains. Some of them were big plays that ran the ball for, 50 yards or more. I think one of them was 61, wasn't it?
61 yards, yes, sir.
And so we had a night where the ball was actually just controlled by East Burke, and the Trojans just couldn't stop the big gains on first and second down.
Right, and like you said, Chase actually moved the ball, and then they just shot themselves in the foot either with a penalty to get behind the sticks or turning the ball over. I mean,
that was a given that it was 4 interceptions.
Correct.
Because we had one in the second half too. So
and a fumble.
And a fumble.
And a turnover on
so
downs.
That's 5 turnovers. And that was the thing that I talked last week with Coach Sosby about. I said, the score up at High Brighton, kind of got away from you. It was close, but then it got away from you. And he said, well, we had 4 turnovers.
Right.
And 3 of them were interceptions, I think it was. Or no, 3 fumbles and 1 interception. And I said, well, I was just going to brag on the whole thing about you not having any turnovers on fumbles. And I said, and then you tell me that you had 3 against High Brighton. I don't know that was huge, that fumble, because they were driving back and they were on the headline of going and being able to tie the ball game.
Correct.
And then when they turned it over, East Burke drives all the way down and scores. Then instead of being up by 1 score, now they're down by Chase is down by 2.
Right. Yeah.
And getting those 2-point conversions, they were picking up so much yardage on that first surge. Like you said, you said they're getting outflanked because when they did the trade, they took the tight end and moved him to the opposite side.
And the wing, yeah.
With the wing, and then they had all kind of leverage to that side, and they would just run a sweep.
Automatic 5 yards before anybody come around.
They picked up more than 5 yards on the play.
5 yards from where I got near
them.
Yeah.
So, and they usually went for like 15 or 20.
That's right.
And so that's kind of the story tonight with Trojans. It's going to make it a whole lot harder for the Trojans to be able to get to the playoffs. The best that they can do now is 5-5. They've lost 3 conference games. And so that's going to make an uphill climb. But we know that Coach Sosby's up to the task, and we know that he can rally the troops. It's just keeping people right now. And I talked to him in the halftime show. In the pregame show, the Coach's Corner, about sometimes this time of year is the hardest time to coach because it possibly could be they're thinking about basketball.
Right.
They're thinking about wrestling. They're thinking about all kind of things. And it's been a long season, and because they've been working out ever since the summer. And so you have to kind of be able to pull that in and harness all that effort and not let what you did before go to waste now and have lesser of an effort.
Right.
So,
well, they're still young, and they're making young
They are.
mistakes. He's got like 8 on one side of the ball and 10 on the other side that are young kids. So they're making mistakes, but they're again, like you mentioned, the coach during pregame, they got character. They're showing character.
Absolutely.
Things could have happened here when they were going bad. They could have took some penalty shots, cheap shots and stuff, but they didn't. They tackled the guy, helped the guy up, and everything like that. But let me get to these scores right quick, Coach. Just got an update on East Rutherford final. East Rutherford 35, Patton 0. And RS Central still in the fourth quarter is RS Central 26, High Brighton is 38. And last we got on Thomas Jefferson, they were losing 49-0 to South Stanley.
Well, one thing I have to say, I told you earlier that we were I went and ate lunch at Chick-fil-A. And there were a lot of football players from Chase that were in there. Those young men were so respectful and so well mannered in that restaurant. I started to ask them, how did Coach Sosby get you out of class here? And I thought, oh, I'd make them panic, you know. I just minded my own business and sit over there with my grandson and my wife, Denise, and Everett. And we sit over there, and those young men behaved. They did what they were there to do, eat and talk, and then they left and went on to do what they were supposed to do.
Well, you know, we've been coaching years. You and I both have over the years. And, you know, your job's to win, yes. You want to win everything, but your main job is to make these young men where they are respectable and they strive hard together as a team to accomplish something. And that's a lot to it. You know, maybe you're young and you're not winning, but if you accomplish the other goals, you've made a big thing.
But you want them to be leaders in the community.
Right.
You also want them to be good fathers and good husbands.
Right.
And that has to do with a lot about your character and your intestinal fortitude. You know, being able to come back from adversity.
Right.
And tonight's one of those nights. They've had 2 in a row, and we'll have to see how they bounce back next week. Hopefully, it'll be a positive thing. But, Coach, I've almost beat my brain here thinking about this player of the game. I almost think it's a 3-way thing here to look what stood out in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw this out see if you agree to this. I think that we do name Bryson McSwain, but we also name Trajan Littlejohn, and we named number 1 Boyce because he carried a lot of the load running the ball.
He'd come in up with an injured Wingo.
He didn't get Wingo came in and got the touchdown, but he carried the brunt of the carries.
You're right, and he did a good job with it. Yes, I agree with that.
And he gutted it out. I think that was a really character test with him, and he played hard tonight. But I think that's who it ought to be a 3-way thing. Bryson McSwain and Trajan Littlejohn had some really good catches.
Good catches.
I mean, hard catches that they turned into positive yards. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a triple players of the game, and that's players of the game for
Stanton Enterprise and McDonald's. So it's Coach, you know, we're going to have to sign off here.
And Ingles Market.
And Ingles Market. But this, you know, again, I feel for the Trojans. Of course, I've been a Trojan most of my life, and I hope that we get things turned around. The 2 games they got left are definitely winnable, and like I said, to get them into the playoffs, hopefully. And, you know, there again, we hope East Rutherford and RS keeps going right along, and hope TJ can get things going to get them in the playoffs also.
RS was behind in the 4th quarter, but they made it closer, like 38-26, or maybe the same number difference. But they were starting to score in the 4th quarter. So they were behind at the time we checked. And Thomas Jefferson lost. It was 49 to 0. And East Rutherford, I cannot get a final on that.
35-0 is what I've got to final.
That's the final,
yes.
35-0. So they won tonight. And we told you the score tonight here on the Raymond James scoreboard: 38 for East Burke and 14 for Chase. Next week, Chase is going to travel to Drone, and East Rutherford is going to be at East Burke. And Thomas Jefferson is going to travel to Union Academy. We will be up at RS Central as they host the West Caldwell team coming to town. So we'll go to sign off, and we'll talk to you next Friday night on Friday Night Football on WAGY 107.5 and KTC Broadcasting with Rick and Randy. I'm Ricky Millwood.
And I'm Randy Page.
Good night.
All of us have those old VHS tapes that contains precious memories of our families. Why not let Chad Medford of Chad's Video Service preserve those memories by putting those old tapes on DVD or creating a digital file video? Call today at 828-429-5148.